Hey everybody, it's Leilani for God. I'm finally back with another video. I gotta tell you guys, I missed y'all, and I want you guys to know that I've been making a lot of content in the background to make sure that I can do both YouTube and Patreon. And then I have some extra good news, which is that I became monetized, and it wasn't not my plan to become monetized. I never thought that I would monetize this channel. So what I'm going to do is basically explain to y'all why I monetize, because that is like a hypocrisy. People call me a hypocrite because I call other people out. So I started a Patreon so you guys could help me deal with the predators that are online that are harassing people who don't deserve it. Hi to everyone coming in the room. Hi, Never Hungry Again. Hey, Kenyatta. Yeah, that is Gru from Despicable Me. This video is going to be about Jaguar Wright. So she's Despicable Me today. And so the reason why I monetized is because I started a Patreon so that people who want to help me start a new movement online to get social media predators off the internet. Because the things that these people are getting away with, releasing people's nudes, stalking people, releasing people's real names and addresses and telephone numbers, their places of business, exposing all of their friends and family, it's so out of control that I feel fearful for the younger people that are on the internet just because of the damage and the trauma that I've seen inflicted on the adults. I can't imagine what's going on the other platforms that these predators are also operating on. They're on TikTok, they're on Twitch, they're on Instagram. So imagine all of these horrible, terrible things that they're doing to each other as old ass, grown ass adults on YouTube. Imagine they're doing that to these young people on these other apps, harassing, doxing, stalking, blackmailing them, demanding money to feed their drug habits. So I started the Patreon so that you guys could support that movement, that we could work together, pool our resources, our efforts, and have one united message of getting predators off social media and spread that message on our different social media platforms. So once I joined Patreon, they said that in order for me to go live on Patreon, I would either have to pay for an external app or I could go live on Patreon for free if I enabled AdSense. So the only way to enable AdSense on my YouTube was to monetize the channel. So I monetized the channel to enable the capability of going live for free on Patreon, where I hope that you guys would join me and join that campaign to get social media free and safe from online predators. And we need to do it for ourselves as adults, and we need to do it for the children. Okay? Because these type of people, they're not stopping. They don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. When you tell them that they're going too far and overstepping boundaries, they just keep going too far and overstepping boundaries. People have called police, people have orders of protection. The online stalking is still going on. So the only way it's going to stop is if we work together as a community to stop it. Okay, guys, so that's why I monetize my channel, to enable me to do that type of work on Patreon. So if people are interested in supporting, but they don't want to join the Patreon, I did not put ads on this channel, but what I did was I enabled people to be able, if they want to, you guys can send me super chats now on this channel. You guys can send me super stickers. You guys can you guys can join my memberships. I started memberships on this channel. So that way, whoever wants to support in whatever way you can or you want to support, you can. And so I just wanted to explain to you guys why I monetized my channel after I had said so many times that I was not going to do that. So this is the information. I don't have moderators yet, but when I do, we'll get it all sorted out. So let's get into today's video. Jaguar joined the Beam team. After all the work I've been doing on this channel that has successfully dismantled them, They're lying, claiming that Beam Team is still alive, but I have statements from people who quit Beam Team that said that they quit, they're not there anymore. I have shown the proof and evidence in the past that people have quit Beam Team, and they continue to lie and say that they still exist because I don't know who all the members are. So if they still exist, that means that they're still stalking, doxing, harassing people on multiple platforms, people who've done nothing to them. So I don't understand why Jaguar has now joined Beam Team. What does she stand to get out of it? Okay. Those people are up to no good. Now, the history on it goes back several months to probably over a year that the Beam Team was stalking Jaguar Wright. So I have a screenshot here where Kulu, who is World News' sidekick over on the Beam Team, like Kulu would be like the top Beam Team, loser who is willing to do all type of stalking, doxing, hacking, illegal acts on behalf of World. Why? I don't know. Why people don't have their own mind to figure out that something is wrong and it's going too far? Because Kulu himself has said he does not want to be doxxed because he has a family and he exposes people that have threatened him. Meanwhile, Beam Team people have threatened me and Kulu has said nothing about it. Kulu has not denounced the fact that one of the Beam Team members said they was going to whip my ass, a man at that. Okay, a man who has kids is threatening to whoop my ass because I expose World. Okay, so Kulu is okay with all of this bad behavior, stalking, doxing, exposing people's real names and addresses and stuff when it's done to other people, but Kulu does not want it done to him. Here in this screenshot, I have a video from Kulu where he's saying no one is harassing DJ Genesis. DJ Genesis explained to me herself that World told her that he knew she had people working in her backyard. They live in two different states. So if no one is harassing DJ Genesis, how can Kulu say that when he works for World as part of Beam Team and World told Genesis that he knows what's going on in her backyard? Okay, so for Kulu to get out here on this internet and say no one is harassing DJ Genesis, not only did World tell her that he knew what's going on in her backyard, he also let her know that he knows her full address. He showed her neighborhood where she lives. He made so many videos about Genesis that I can't even show y'all all the proof right now because his channels got deleted, two of them where he had up to videos that were as long as 10 hours insulting DJ Genesis. Why? Only because DJ Genesis provided housing for some other people that they were stalking, doxing, and harassing. They harassed DJ Genesis and called her all type of bad names and released all types of information on her. World News called her 100 million times on her Instagram, trying to put fear into her heart, telling her she better come over to her platform and explain herself or he's gonna expose her. He's calling her DJ Butt Naked. She's never done anything butt naked in front of anybody. They were calling her DJ OG Biblioteca OG Bobby Jones, basically calling her a man. And they did this to Genesis for several months. And they had panels that lasted between 4 to 10 hours, beating down on Genesis and exposing all of her personal information. Why? Only because she had people in her house that they were stalking and doxing. One of the people in Genesis' house, Shaka, said he made travel arrangements to fly somewhere from wherever state he was to another state. He had the itinerary in his email. Shaka said somehow World found out about his travel itinerary in his email. And the only way that World could have found out about it is by hacking into his emails. And if you guys have been checking out my playlist, World News Exposed, which has over 200 videos in it, there's plenty of people saying that they've been victims of World stalking, doxing, harassing, cursing them out, and trying to put fear in them, most of which are women. And if y'all been watching my previous videos on World, I showed y'all there's 8 different men over the years who have offered to step up and fight World, and he don't want no smoke with men. He only wants smoke with women. So why is Kulu getting out here putting out videos talking about no one is harassing DJ Genesis after all of the videos they made calling her out of her name and she did nothing to them, and revealing her personal location when she did nothing to them? These guys are mentally ill. They're not stopping. They don't see anything wrong with what they do. And all they do is get on here and harass black women. I don't understand why they don't have the balls to stand up to some men who's out here terrorizing women and children. Okay? So at the bottom, I took another screenshot from Kulu's page. Jaguar Wright joins, cams up on Kulu's panel. She won $1,500. Whatever. So they've been antagonizing Jaguar Wright. Hey, Awakening. So they've been antagonizing Jaguar Wright for the past more than a year. They are the ones who were able to locate Jaguar, contact the police, and have her arrested the last time she went to jail. They did that. They took credit and said that they were responsible for getting her U-Haul towed, which had all of her worldly possessions in them. Okay? They harassed Jaguar. They stalked her. They saw what church that she dropped off her mother, and they went on Google Maps, on live on YouTube, and they showed everybody what church her mother and her son was at. Anybody, because Jaguar been saying for years that people are out to kill her. Jaguar been saying for years. Okay? So why is it okay for World to go and show everybody on the internet exactly what church Jaguar just dropped her mother off in real time? So if somebody was really out to kill Jaguar, they could have found her, her mother, and her son in real time on live YouTube. Why does World feel so compelled to stalk Jaguar to that extent, to help if anybody is out to hurt her, to locate her and locate her church, and showed all of the Google Map stuff around the church so anybody want to find it could find it? Hey, Crenshaw, thank you so much for the congrats. Yes, Awakening Adults, it's very sad. The extent to which World News and Takulu and their beam team have went to stalk, dox, and harass black women and black men. Don't get me wrong. I have talked about them in my previous videos as well. One of the black men that they stalked and harassed, that man had to change the school that his child was in. He had to switch his son's school to another school, because World was putting it up on his live show. Oh, this is the school he go to. He showed the name of the school, the phone number, and everything. Why? Why are they going this hard on people that are not violent criminals? Who are they? They're criminals. They're criminally insane, and they don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. Okay, so this has been going on for a long time. I've been exposing it. YouTube has all of these standards that they will hold people accountable to. They say that they don't like vulgar language. A whole lot of that goes on over there on that panel when they had a beam team. They don't anymore, but they say they do. Now Jaguar's trying to help them resurrect the beam team after everything they did to her. She's trying to cozy up to them, and I'm gonna prove it to y'all in this video. I don't do clickbait. Whatever I put in my title, I'm gonna prove it to you in my video. Okay? Jaguar Wright has now joined beam team. She's begging to meet up and work with Takulu and World News after everything they did to her. If anybody was ever out to kill her, World News damn for sure made it possible on more than one occasion. When she got evicted, Beam Team sent one of the Beam Team members directly to Jaguar's location in real time and was antagonizing her as she's being evicted with her mother and her son. And Jaguar, her mother, and her son all have different type of mental health diagnoses. So it's not only that they're harassing and antagonizing a black woman, but they're so ignorant and uneducated that they don't have no shame for beating down on mentally ill people. They dragged Genesis for several months, up to 10 hours at a time, called her every fat black bitch in the book. And Genesis also has a mental health diagnosis, right? But the Beam Team have a lot of females on there that sat there and they send World money. They give him praise. He's dumb as a box of rocks, but they tell him that he has knowledge, which is a complete lie, which I've proven in previous videos, and I'm gonna prove it again in this video. But YouTube has all of these standards: no violent or dangerous content, harassment and cyberbullying, hate speech, violent criminal organizations, violent or graphic content. Beam Team, in my opinion, is a violent criminal organization. At the point where that Beam Team member who sat on their panel for the past year, Raz King, at the point that he came over to my channel and told me, bitch, you gonna get your ass whooped, wait till we catch you. That's the point at which it became a violent criminal organization to me. So I contacted my local police. I have a detective, and I contacted the FBI, and I spoke to 2 FBI officers, And I told the police and the FBI everything I know. Let's be clear. Because if anybody thinks they're going to do something to me for exercising my freedom of speech, it's going to be some shit. Trust that. Trust that. It ain't going down like that. I'm not Jaguar. Okay, I'm not DJ Genesis. Okay, I will see this through and I will see them off the fucking internet. You're not going to threaten my life. Who are you? A bunch of fucking bums with no jobs. They got kids. All these men over there got kids and no jobs. No career. I got a master's degree, a career, and small businesses. What are you talking about? I don't even have kids. I only got to take care of myself. Okay, so you got grown ass men with kids. The scriptures say a real righteous man will leave money to his kids' kids, to his grandchildren. What money are those bum team fools leaving to their children when they spend all day on the internet stalking innocent black women who have mental health issues? Okay, I was live, and that same Raz King who threatened to whoop my ass, I went live about 3 weeks ago. Raz King came in my live. He was trolling me. I was trying to reason with him. I said, why did you threaten me on behalf of world news? I didn't do nothing to you. Why are you trolling me? You know, and he wound up typing in my live chat just a few weeks ago, we got footage. So the same Raz King who said he's going to whoop my ass, okay, typed in my chat that he has footage, like he got footage of me. So now you trying to say that you got footage of me in real life, like walking around. What did you catch me doing? Shopping? I mean, that's the only thing you're really going to catch me doing. Going back and forth to work, taking out the garbage. I mean, my life is pretty straightforward. I'm not a criminal like them. I'm not a bum like them. My life is very much like, you know, everybody else's. You go out, you come home. I mean, that's all there is to it. But for you to try to type in my chat, you got footage. Footage of what? I'm not a criminal. So it doesn't matter what you have footage of. But why would you even need to say that to me? And yes, I called the detective and I updated him because there is a detective assigned to me behind Beam Team. And I let him know that they typed that in my chat. So if anything happens to me, y'all are going to be the first people implicated because I don't have any problems in real life. And I'm not worried about these retarded people. That's why I started my Patreon so that you guys could join, so that we could actually work together to get these type of people off the internet, because they're not stopping. They will continue this behavior. And you better believe that they're doing this to other people that we don't know about, because they've been doing this for years on YouTube. It was okay when they were stalking, doxing, and harassing the carbonation people, the guy Nature Boy, because he was really beating up on people physically in foreign countries. So, okay, you can do all that to him because he's a real violent criminal. But now that he's in jail, now they're just attacking all type of random people for a source of entertainment. And then you have these dumb people who come in my comments like this one here trying to contradict me. Oh, world wasn't never no damn carbonation. So I said on the T's channel, she showed receipts. World posted on his social media, we need your help. He asked people to get involved, help carbonation get out of jail. It's in one of the 2 videos the T did explaining why she had to get an order of protection against World for stalking, doxing, and harassing her. Probably on behalf of Nature Boy, because the T did nothing to World. So I said to this person, what do you think about the Beam Team calling her job, trying to get her fired when all she does is expose carbonation? Okay. Why is he called the T's job and try to get her fired? For what? She never did nothing to him. And he did it live on his show. And she's a small black female. She poses no threat. And she did nothing wrong to world news. So if he's not carbonation, all T does is expose carbonation. Why did he call her job on live and try to get her fired? And why did Kulu sit there and think that that was okay? And why did all of the people on Beam Team think that that was okay? And why did all of World News' audience think that that's okay? And this is exactly why we have to get these predators off the internet, because this is how far they will go. And people keep joining them and adding to the negativity. Now, I've proven in past videos that Beam Team have lost their whole group. Like every year, World loses the whole group that he works with. Everybody he worked with leaves him because he's sick. He's deranged. He's mentally, criminally insane, right? If y'all see the last video I did on him in the comments, you will see that people wrote why they left Beam Team. So the fact that they keep telling me that, oh no, Beam Team didn't break up, they're pathological liars and they fully intend to keep moving forward. But as long as they have an audience, I showed you guys comments in previous videos where people wrote comments and said, what do you want me to do? I'm in that area. And World replied to somebody and said, oh, I want you to go by and see what they're doing over there. And the person was like, okay. So in the comments, people are helping them stalk, dox, and harass people who do not deserve to be stalked, doxxed, and harassed at all. And the reason why the World was going after the T is because World was a part of carbonation. He wanted to be down with carbonation, but he got rejected. And that's why he turned on Nature Boy. Not because he cares, not because he's worried about the welfare of the community, but because he got rejected. And that's what turned him on Nature Boy and turned him into the, person that he is, who's been arrested 91 times. Okay? So these people have no heart. They have no soul. These are demonic spirits from the pit of hell. And they will not put any fear in my heart. Whatever footage you have on me, you obtained it illegally. You found my location. Now you're stalking, doxing, and harassing me because of my freedom of speech after they sit over there on World's platform and curse everybody out and talk reckless about people that did nothing to them. And so for me to expose it, now you want to attack me and try to put fear in me? Oh, you done lost your whole entire mind. Now I'm starting a whole movement to get your retarded, demonic ass off of social media. Get a job. Get it now, because I'm not playing. Y'all should have thought twice before y'all threatened me. So I have a Patreon. Thank you, Evelyn Sykes. I appreciate that. So I have Patreon now. I have 3 levels of membership that people can join at. I've been putting content up there. This is the reason why I've been absent from YouTube for the past 2 weeks. I love interacting with y'all, especially since I started going live. I like doing content for you guys. This channel, I'm not going to put no commercials on this channel just because it's monetized. I want y'all to get the information from me. I want y'all to grow closer to God. I want you guys to take all the information I give y'all about life coaching and apply it towards your life so you can become a better person without nobody else being in your business, for you to just take your own life on as your own project and develop yourself. And that's what really makes life worth living. When you have a good relationship with God and you motivated about your personal goals, whatever you want to achieve, then you feel like so alive. That's how you feel alive. Like, yay, I'm so happy I'm alive, right? And so I want you guys to take all the information I give and use it to y'all benefit. Okay, the Patreon is for people who want to support the movement to get the predators off the internet. So if you join the Patreon just to be a monthly donor, that's fine. I'm not mad at anybody if they don't show up to the meetings or if they don't watch the content. But I took the past 2 weeks off of YouTube to make Patreon content, and it was very, 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 very difficult. Hey, True Empress, thanks so much for joining. Thank you for the congrats. And it was so difficult, guys, like, because it's learning something new. And, to tell you the truth, it's very hard being a YouTuber. It's really hard. It's hard. Like, going live, or even if you don't go live, you just make a video for YouTube, is very draining. It's a lot of energy. After you make content, you worry about, did I do good? Did people understand me? Like, do people get me? Do people get the information? Like, you worry about it. And then you always worry about your audience. Like, or, like, I worry about y'all. I'm like, everybody okay? I hope people watch the video. I hope people understand, like, how to make life better. I hope people are not suffering, so I make content in order to enrich people's lives. And I worry about, did they get it? Did they really get it? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take away from my own message, because I know sometimes I lose my temper and I start going off on people on here. And then I worry about that. Like, oh, am I losing people because I lost my temper? But I really want them to just get the message. So it's a lot. So then there's the whole thing about wanting to be a good content creator. And then there's the whole thing about executing the content in a way that people can understand. That's really hard, So when I was trying to do a Patreon for the past 2 weeks, I was learning something new and I was doing it on my laptop. My laptop is old as dirt, so it was slow. And I gather a lot of slides for you guys when I make y'all presentations for my YouTube channel. And it takes so long to do that on a laptop. So I was up all night, 3 to 5 hours a day, just gathering stuff for Patreon content, making thumbnails, screen recording myself and trying to upload it to Patreon was not working. So then I downloaded an app to my phone and I made a video on my phone, but it was backwards. All of my slides were uploaded in backwards order for some reason. And then there was no sound. I couldn't do a voiceover. It was so much stress. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. It took me 2 weeks literally to finally break through, because that's the type of person I am. It's hard, but I didn't cry. I wanted to. I wanted to just be like, ah, I wanted to cry, but I held on. I deep breathed, drank my water. I said, this is a learning curve. I'm learning something new. That's why it's hard. Once I get the hang of it, it'll be easy, you know? So I finally broke through and uploaded content to my Patreon. So people had joined, and then I had lost one person and I felt so bad because I'm like, they probably think I'm bullshitting because I didn't put content up on my Patreon for 10 days. But they have no idea. I've been up all night for 2 weeks to the point where I got a headache behind one of my eyeballs because I'm not used to sitting up in front of my laptop. I do everything on my cell phone. So that's why the laptop is so old. That's not my primary device, you know? So I need to get a new laptop to do the Patreon stuff. So if you guys want to donate to the channel to help a sister out, please do. Because like I said, the Patreon content is to do the campaign to get predators off of social media. We will also need to start a website where we can document the different predators and what they're doing and just have an awareness so anybody can find it at any time, because this is going to go across multiple platforms, not just YouTube. This is going to be a movement, a real movement for real change. I'm not playing. They fucked up when they threatened me. They don't have no idea what they just activated. Okay? So I'm about to go in, but I need the resources to go in. And I ask you guys to donate because the laptop is not for me personally. It's so that I could do the work. It's so that I could do the website. It's so that I could pay people to do things that I can't do. I can't do everything. I can't stay up all night every night. Okay, guys? So if it's within your means, you know, try to donate so I can get a new laptop. So I could get the website up. That's going to be an ongoing subscription to pay to keep the website up. And just so I can keep going, right? I can't do everything myself. Okay. So find a way if you can to support what I'm doing. If you can do graphic design, if you can do thumbnails, if you can do some of the writing of the type of statements that we all going to share on all of our social media, like we'll have one statement written and then we'll all post that same exact, you know, thumbnail and statement about stopping online bullying and harassment and stuff like that. We'll all have the same message that we all send out on our social medias. So if somebody is out there, y'all know how to do this stuff, that can be your contribution. You don't have to join any of the memberships or send any donations, but maybe you could do a little bit of graphic design or some writing for us and make it easy for us to have stuff to send out on a regular basis until we get this done, until we reach one of our goals. And once we reach the first goal, we're going to apply the same exact strategy over and over again to future predators. So right now we just starting, we're at the ground level. We need, you know, all of the help that we can get. I have like 4 patrons, which very much inspired me to keep going because it's a lot of work. I've been putting in work for like the past 3 years. My channel is going to be 3 years old in a couple of months. I already did the work. I proved myself to y'all. I'm not a liar. I'm not a faker. I'm not like these other people on YouTube that just get out here and say that they for the community and they take the money and run. Like I be up all night doing stuff, worried about y'all, for real. So I need some support back to keep going. I'm only human. I'm not perfect. I'm not a machine. All right, guys. How y'all doing? Let's see who's here. Hey, everybody. Hi, MJE. Oh, of course, MJE. Listen, when I say I'm going to do something, consider it done. And I'm super impatient. That's why I stay up all night, because I'm as soon as I think I want to do something, I think it's done. So that's why I work so hard. That's a part of my weakness is impatience. Okay, so but that could also be a strength because that motivates me to get it done. So trust me, you're dealing with a real one. Okay, so I put up this video on Patreon, How to Catch a Predator. And this is the whole game plan of how we're going to go about this. The plan that I laid out has 12 steps. We execute it one at a time, right? We do the campaigns on all of our social media. We're going to come up with our own, hashtags and the name of our movement and do the website, all of that, right? But one thing at a time. And it's going to take time. We're going to roll it out over a period of time. And then it will pick up steam, and then we'll have one victory, and then we'll be like, okay, we know what we're doing now and we know how to do it. All right. I put up another video on Patreon. The first US president was black. Of course, y'all know how I do. I go into a lot of detail. I go into stuff that other people do not go into. I go into the history. I go into the politics. I go into what's been hidden, what's been removed, what's been buried in history. As time goes on, the amount of information that you can find on Google is getting smaller and smaller. Things that I know that I've read in books now is like they're replacing true history with lies, and they're just leaving holes where there once was information on the internet. Every time I get a new phone, which I got one recently, my old phone gives me more and better results than my new phone. It's crazy. They're really trying to narrow down information so people would just be dumb, deaf, and blind. But when people are dumb, deaf, and blind, that gives the bad guys the ability to take advantage of the dumb, deaf, and blind. So if they're not taking advantage in the form of gang stalking, like Beam Team, they're taking advantage in the form of making you work more and paying you less, like the corporations. They're taking advantage in the form of political changes are being made and laws are being passed, and the people have no idea about it until it's too late, until after it's all signed and done. And then you feel the impact of it later. Right? So I go deep into a whole lot of stuff, and I went very deep into this one, and it's the first of many more videos to come. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this guy doing this fake hand sign here. But basically, they put a picture of the first black president, John Hanson, and made him look like this white guy. But really, he looked more like this black person. Okay. So this is what I mean about, trying to search stuff on Google and it's not there anymore and information is being replaced. This black man picture is being replaced with this white man picture to hide the fact that the man was black and he was in that position before George Washington. These are things we need to know as black people in America, because they're trying to tell us now that we haven't done anything and we haven't made any contributions. Okay? They don't want you to know that the white people came over here on slave ships. The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, with what was his name? Christopher Columbus. Those were pirate ships. Those were white slaves who came from Spain, from the prisons. Okay? They sent the people from the prisons over here to colonize the indigenous people. Okay? And that's why they was able to be so brutal, and how they took the land away from the indigenous people who were black people. They weren't mixed up Asian, Hispanic looking people that they try to tell you are Native Americans now. They're trying to erase black history, the history that black people was here before any other type of color got here. Okay, so I go into full detail on my Patreon, an hour and 25-minute presentation. Somebody put a comment. They said, wake it up, Black excellence. This was a good one. All right. So I said, I'm so happy you liked it. And this is just the first of many more to come. I promise you will love the next one. Okay. So I'm spilling all the beans, because this is how they keep us in a state of oppression. Thank you, Empress. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. And listen, y'all are going to love the content I do over there. I'm going to give y'all what y'all want. Okay. When I'm on YouTube, I know I act a little crazy. I tell y'all some jokes, I tell y'all stories, but trust me, I'm going all the way in on Patreon. You want to be kind enough and generous enough to invest in me? I'm going to give you what you came for. So trust me, we going in. We going in over there. I'm going to be doing more than just talking about history. I'm going to be letting some stuff out the bag over there too. Anyway, so shout out to my YouTube sister, Yehuda Nerd. Listen, I am so impressed with Yehuda Nerd because she's so smart. And I like the way she does her content. Like, she don't even say anything. She just does her work, but it's undeniable. It's indisputable. So I wanted to reference how she exposed what this hand sign is. This white man that they're trying to use to replace the image of the black man, right? And it's funny because there's so many times that they've done this in history. Like even Santa Claus, they say Santa Claus is a white man, but if you really do the history, the original Santa Claus was a black man who was generously going around giving food and gifts to orphans. And they completely co-opted that story and turned it into a fat white man from the North Pole, completely concealing that that was a real human black man who was going around being charitable to the poor children, right? And so the type of people, because not all white people are bad and evil, don't get me wrong. The type of people that's running the politics and the corporations, these people tend to have narcissistic personality disorders that tend to want to be in these top high positions. They just want power and control. And when they get it, they will do anything to keep it, including brainwashing, manipulating, lying, and outright violence to hold their positions. But when you start seeing that the people who's lying to you are doing the Freemason hand signs, those are devil worshippers. They don't believe in God. They have their own Freemason Bible where they have Egyptian symbolism in it. They want to resurrect the Egypt that God destroyed. Okay. Scripture says God destroyed Egypt. And if we look in reality, it's true. Those people that's over there now, that's not the real Egyptians. The real Egyptians are black people with dreadlocks like me. Go ahead and Google the hieroglyphics with dreadlocks and look at those people's hair and look at their skin color. All of the people of Egypt were black because Egypt is in Africa. So now all them people been destroyed and that whole place been taken over by Arabs, right? But if you ask them Arabs gonna tell you, oh, I'm Egyptian. They will fight you down and tell you that they're the original Egyptian. Who cares? I believe in God. I believe in the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible said he destroyed Egypt. So this is the result. So how can I be mad? They are destroyed. Anyway, but the people who keep trying to resurrect it are the Freemasons. They want to resurrect all the Egyptian stuff. Okay? It's witchcraft, it's voodoo, it's gene splicing, it's genetic. Listen, let me not get off topic because y'all know I know stuff and I'll be here all night with y'all, which I am going to be here for as long as I can. And I'm all riled up. So I think we're going to be here for a while. It's late, but I'm up. So this hand symbolism in Freemasonry is called the Master of the Second Veil. So Yehuda just did a piece on this recently. And so I just want you guys to notice when you start seeing this type of symbolism injected into history, you know that these are the people behind it. And you know that they're dishonest and they're liars and they just want to be in control. They have a narcissistic spirit about them because they worship the devil. They don't worship God. And so they feel like they're mad at God because God cursed man and woman for our sinful nature with Adam and Eve. They have a brotherhood. And if you notice, the brotherhood is a big deal in society. The brotherhood is a big deal across all levels of society. The brotherhood is not just in Freemasonry. The brotherhood is in bro code. The brotherhood is in men walking away from their families very easily and not holding each other accountable to that. And that doesn't just happen in the black community. It happens all over the world. It's a form of men waging a silent war on women. I know a lot of people not going to believe me. They're not going to agree with me. But what other purpose does the brotherhood have? They all want to keep secrets away from women because they feel like women is the reason that God cursed all of humanity because the woman ate the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden. And that's true. But here's what they're concealing. Women got the knowledge first. That's what they're concealing. And they don't want me to open that can of worms. That's going to, ooh wee, ooh wee. They're not going to like that. That's the big secret. Women got the knowledge first. The problem is the knowledge is good and evil, right? So before Eve bit the apple, what happened was God had told both of them, don't do it. But the devil told Eve, if you do it, you'll be like God and you'll have knowledge of good and evil. So before that, they were innocent. They had it good. All they had to do was go eat from the garden. They didn't have to work or anything like that. But after they partook in that eating of the of good and evil, knowledge of good and evil, they became ashamed of their nakedness. They saw each other and were like, "Oh, we're naked. We need to cover up," you know? And they started to experience low vibrations and negative emotions. Okay? So that's what happens when you disobey God. Whatever was going good for you, it starts to go bad. And so there's information that exists that God did not destroy, but he held it apart from humans, and for good reason. And so they went for it, and now they found out what suffering was. That was the knowledge, awareness of suffering, awareness of lack, awareness of not having something, awareness of poverty. Because once they got put out of the Garden of Eden, they had to dig up their own land and plant their own food. And that takes forever. It takes forever to plant a seed and wait for it to grow to the point you could eat it. And I believe that's the reason why humanity went from being vegetarian to eating meat, because once they got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, the fastest thing that they could possibly find to eat would be meat. But the scripture does say that angels taught them how to eat. So the angels must have told them, well, these are fruits and berries that you could eat out here in the wilderness outside of the Garden of Eden. You know what I'm saying? But at that point on, that's when suffering began. And the suffering for women is having children, painful childbirth. The suffering for women is also that we would desire to have a man, but he would rule over us. And the punishment for men was they will have to work or they will not eat. They have to work. Okay. It don't say women have to work. It say men have to work or they will not eat. And they would just have suffering and struggle in working for whatever they need in life. And so the curse fell on both men and women. But the way that the brotherhood fights women, they create stories that women have it easy, that women are not worth being taken care of. And, you know, men abandon women with their children, knowing how hard it is to raise a child and how expensive it is. And men sleep around with a whole bunch of women and a whole bunch of men, even though they know it's very hurtful to the woman. So this is a curse that God has placed on us. And the only way really to get out of it is for both the man and the woman to have a very strong relationship with God and put God first. So we will have the intelligence, the common sense, and the wisdom and the intuition to do the right thing. Okay, because when we don't have a relationship with God, we don't have no discernment. And I know that for a personal fact. When I was not on my relationship with God, I had no discernment. I dated the wrong guys. I had the wrong female friends. And I found out way later that they was doing dirty stuff behind my back that I was not doing to them. So it's like people are evil and wicked if they don't have a relationship with God, no matter how good you are to them. That's just how it is. But if both people have a good relationship with God and put God first, that will increase the likelihood a man and woman can have a successful, happy, healthy relationship the way God intended it, right? But people don't do that. So people go with a selfish desire. But what is that selfish desire? That is the devil. That is the sinful nature that we have. I don't care about you. I only care about myself. So we could see from reality, women are very much more into commitment, staying long-term in relationships, even when we're not satisfied. We're more likely to forgive. We're more likely to make excuses to stay in a relationship. If a woman is with a man and he goes to jail, she'll stay with him while he in jail. Now, what do men do? They get tired of your shit. They out the fucking door. They don't even tell you that they mad and that they planning on leaving. They start sleeping around, start messing around with other women. They just leave you with the kids, just go on about their business and start a whole new life, get married, have kids with somebody else and forget all about the kids they had with you. If you go to jail as a woman, you think a man gonna stay by your side all the years that you in jail? No. Now, don't get me wrong. There's one, Papoose. He stayed with Remy Ma all them years that she went to jail. But Remy was a breadwinner. Papoose make his own money as a ghostwriter in the music industry, but Remy is a very wealthy artist. So I feel like Papoose stay with Remy more so for the money and the business aspects of it than, oh, because men just stay with women when they go to jail. Hell no. Men abandon very quickly, very easily. Okay? And that's why I'm not having kids. I'm not doing it. Ain't nobody wasting my time and leave me with all of the burden and all of the financial struggle. Nope, because the way men are, they all support each other in this bad behavior. Okay, there's some men that will talk to each other and be like, oh, you shouldn't be like that. But y'all know what I'm talking about. These men will not pay child support, just like all of these bums on the beam team. All these men got kids and they got women. What are they doing? They on the internet harassing other women. This is a brotherhood. And then they have women who help them. But when world get ready, he cursed out all the women too. That's why a lot of them left. So they have no loyalty to women. They have a code of brotherhood, whether they're Freemasons or not. Okay, but this go back to the Freemasons. They're the ones who started this negative philosophy of keep secrets from women. We need brotherhood and don't leave the women out because they're mad that the women is the ones with the knowledge. They want to pretend that they're the ones with the knowledge. They're pretending, they're faking, and it's ridiculous because their knowledge is garbage, and their knowledge is what led Adam and Eve to be cast out of the Garden of Eden. So this brotherhood knowledge is leading people to hell. But this is what all of them, not all of the men, this is what a lot of these men want. And I'm going to prove it to y'all in this video. They want the devil knowledge. Right? Let me check the comments and see how you guys are doing. Oh, thank you, Awakening. Hey, Virtuous. Oh, I hope you feel better. Some TikTok, hey. Yes, they censor. Yes, and it's crazy. Things that I know that were on Google in the past, when I go back to look for them, I can't find them anymore. But I know what I know. And so it's so hard to find stuff. Hi, Ray Ray. Yes, Awakening. It's the devil. Because if we think, okay, we simplify the devil and we say, well, what is the devil? It's a narcissistic spirit. Me, I'm bigger and badder and better. And nobody's better than me. And I'm smarter than you. And you can't tell me nothing. And I can do bad things to you, but you can't do nothing bad to me, or I'm going to raise hell. Hypocrisy, lies, deception. Okay. Tearing other people down just to pull yourself up. That's all forms of the work of the devil, and that's all they do. Yes, Kenyatta. Yes, Empress, it's true. And the reason why there's so many bum ass dudes out here is because men support each other in being bad characters. What do men do? We're just going to be quiet. They say, oh, we're simple. Men are simple. Women are complicated. We're simple. Simple means stupid. So if you're going to sit there and let all of this wild shit go on, that's why the world is messed up now. Who's running the world? It's men. Okay? So the men need to start holding each other accountable, but that breaks the rules of the brotherhood. The whole purpose of the brotherhood is to not hold each other accountable. Yes, Awakening Beam Team is a cult. There's plenty of people who said that it's a cult. Yes, MJE. Dishonesty, deflection, delusion. You ever try to have a conversation that holds a man accountable? They go into all sorts of different things. And I'm not against men, and not all men are bad, and not all men are like that. No. You have a few here and there that's like they do the right thing. They work hard. They stay with their family. They support their family. They stay with their wife. They raise their children to a decent age or to adulthood. You know, like Perry and Sherelle. They have a very successful channel on YouTube. They've been married forever. They have adult children. They're still together. He supports her on her platform. She supports him on his platform. I think they're a very cute couple. And I'm very proud of them to be a black couple that stayed together, raised their kids till adulthood, and they're still together. I think that is so cute and that is so sweet. So everybody's not messed up. But I'm just saying the agenda of the brotherhood is to pit men against women. And the way that it manifests in reality is like the manosphere on YouTube. You have all of these ugly, stupid men who are telling each other, get a passport, leave America, and go have sex with a whole bunch of third world country women because American women are not good enough for you. What? There's so many things wrong with that. They're enabling each other to go and put other women into sexual slavery. Paying for sex is slavery. Those women are in third world countries, like they need money. So they're basically like just doing it for the money. So it's just bad. It's just wrong. It lacks all moral. It lacks all character. That's the work of the devil, because they're not smart enough to change who and how they are so that they can attract the type of woman that they want. They can't attract the type of American women that they want because they're not good enough. So they create the illusion that women are not good enough. Women are too good, okay? We have definitely come far because of the lack of men doing their part. That has what has forced us to have to go to school and get degrees and get good jobs because we can't depend on them. If we could depend on them, we wouldn't have to work so hard. But because we work so hard, they say that make us masculine. Well, you're not working hard enough, so that must make you feminine. Okay? So no, not all men are like that. And nowadays MJE is true. Lots of women are messed up too, but I will make the argument that women are messed up because of everything that we've been through with men historically. This has been going on for thousands of years of men doing whatever they want to do and having no accountability. And then we bear the brunt of the hard work of staying with them while they're doing us dirty and keeping the kids. Even when the man walks away, we got to work and do 3 jobs, being a full-time parent, full-time worker, full-time homemaker, while they get to skip off into the sunset and go have sex with whoever they want to and start a whole new family if they want to. Right? So I feel the reason that women have become corrupt is only very recent. It's a very recent phenomenon in human society that you have women out here being just as whorish and selfish as men. In my opinion, it's a reaction to everything that we've already been through. It's like, y'all not getting better, so why should we? Why should I be faithful to you and I can't trust you as far as I can see you? Right? So that's my opinion. We could talk about this more in a future video because that's not what this video is about, but we can talk about it in a future video. I did want to start doing some debates with men about these topics. So if there are any men in the audience who want to engage in these type of debates respectfully, or they have something to add, or if they want to, just be a part of this conversation, like we can definitely start a series on the whole beef between men and women. MJE says, I'm a white woman raising melanin children and teach them real history, spiritual backbone, and moral compass. Very good. That's what it really takes. Like at the end of the day, everybody needs to put God first. It don't matter how smart you are or how rich you are or what. If you don't have God in your life, all of your skills and gifts and talents is going to go to the devil. You'll be easily deceived by the devil. So either devil people will take advantage of you until they just beat you down, or you will willingly join in with the devil people and give all of your time, energy, and resources into some devilry, like all of the hours people spend on beamteam. I mean, who has time to sit over there for 10 hours talking about how fat Genesis is? What a waste of time. That's like people who totally got sucked into the devil's agenda and they had no idea that's what they was doing. But that's what they was doing. So it all comes down to putting God first and we won't have all of these problems. Okay, so Yehuda Nerd exposed the hand symbolism in Freemasonry is called the Master of the Second Veil. And just to be clear, the reason why I'm referencing that is because the fake picture that they've changed, the black man picture from to the white man, is doing a Freemason hand pose. So when you start recognizing the different type of Freemason hand signs and signals, you will know that you're dealing with a person who's in the brotherhood. You're dealing with a person who believes in the knowledge that the serpent gave to Eve and Adam, which caused them to get separated from God and go into a lifetime of hell. You guys, I just want y'all to understand how all these things is connected and what direction is taking you into. And so you have all of these people doing the hidden hand. Yehuda Nerd exposed this on her channel. You have Will Smith. You have the Beatles. I don't recognize that person. I don't recognize all of these people. This is, I think, Mark Rubio, a senator. He might have ran for president. You have Kim Jong-un. He's the, I don't know what it is over there, the president of North Korea. And you see, he's doing a hand sign. They try to act like these people are against, like he's against America, like him and Trump were threatening to go to war with each other. And they're trying to scare everybody that there's going to be a war. But you better believe Trump does this hand sign too, which means they both in a brotherhood, which means they're not going to go to war with each other. They just creating lies and drama to keep people in a state of fear and slavery. I think this is Stalin, another one that would have been considered in history to be an enemy of the U.S. government, but he also in a brotherhood. So all of these people, Johnny Depp, I don't know who that is. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think that is. So all these people, they're all in the brotherhood. They will lie to you. They will keep all type of secrets from women. Who knows? All of these men have orgies with each other because their whole thing is don't tell the women nothing. And I showed that in a previous video. The password is don't tell the wife. That's the whole brotherhood rule. Don't tell women nothing. But they don't have to tell us anything because we got the knowledge first. They're the stupid ones that's trying to catch up and figure out what we know. But they're never going to be able to do that because it's too late. We already got the knowledge and it's causing suffering. The knowledge is not nothing good. It's about suffering. You know? These men do not understand. They believe that women have it easier than them because they have to physically work. They're not smart enough to put two and two together that our life is very hard too, that God cursed us too. Having children is hard. It destroys our bodies most of the time. We have hormones every single month. Just going through a cycle every single month is a form of torture. We're literally like sick like 7 days out of every month. Our temperature goes up, our stomach hurt, our back hurt, our head hurt. It's like the equivalent of having a common cold to have your cycle. Men have no idea how much suffering we go through. They don't know. And they imagine that we have no suffering at all and that they shouldn't have to work to take care of us as if we don't contribute nothing to them. It's just insanity, right? But that's what happens when you don't have no discernment because you don't have a relationship with God. Whatever the devil tell you, the devil knowledge looks like real information. Meanwhile, the scripture says the beginning of knowledge is fear of the Lord. Yehuda Nerd also showed that Young Thug is a Freemason and he's proud of it. He said he beat all his cases. Right now he's in jail. I don't know if or if not he's going to beat this one. But to be honest with you, it really looks like, you know, rappers. I'm not going to blame this on Young Thug in specific. Rappers in general, like the music industry. Let me take it out of rappers. The music industry is a very easy place to launder money. And where does laundered money come from? Crime. Laundered money comes from drugs, trafficking, prostitution, gambling. And then they're easily able to launder that money through an industry like the music industry because a lot of cash changes hands very quickly. These rappers travel all over the place. They do shows. I guarantee you there's a lot of trading and trafficking of more than just music going on behind closed doors. Okay. And that's what's really bringing all of the money in. You notice how these rappers have so much money as soon as they first start? They don't even have a hit yet, but they have an arm full of money. They have a money telephone because they was already involved in illegal activity before they so-called became a rapper. The rapper is the laundering of that illegal money. Now, Young Thug is part of this. He's showing his paperwork that he joined these people. So now he's in jail. Okay, so I don't know if he broke the oath, if he didn't do something they wanted him to do, but the amount of money he had, the amount of guns that he had for somebody who I don't even think he graduated from high school. I mean, look at his face. He looks like he's on the spectrum, like he's not there all the way. So he did not amass all of that money on his own. He amassed all of his money as being part of the brotherhood. And they used him as a front for whatever they had going on in the background that made all of that money and bought all them guns. Now, somewhere along the lines, he broke their rules. And when you break their rules, the punishment is death. They take oaths of secrecy or death. So when they go down really bad, they broke the rules inside of their brotherhood organization. Because once again, these are devil worshippers. It don't take much to get on their bad side. Everything they promise you, they take it away real quick, fast, and in a hurry. You will go from being a millionaire to being homeless, as we've seen with so many celebrities. After they take that oath, once the devil people done with you, you're done. After they done pledged their whole life to them. So it's not like a good deal to be down with the devil people, but people keep doing it anyway, and they're not learning their lesson. But anyway, moving on. So I found this online, the richest black families in the US, right? This video. And they basically showed people like Jay-Z, Beyonce, Oprah, LeBron James. And somebody put this comment down here: in no black hospitals, communities, news networks, private schools, WTF. Now, with all the money Oprah Winfrey have, all the money Michael Jordan have, all the money all these people have, Kanye West and Jay-Z and Beyonce, and Jay-Z and Beyonce trying to act like they so pro-black. Where is their black hospitals, black communities, black news networks, and private schools? Why are these black people making billions of dollars and they're not doing nothing productive with it? Oh, because they're in the devil's network. Okay? And they're not trying to do anything productive with their money. If we're going to sit here and hold up these people as leaders, because if you notice, these are the people that they constantly hold up as leaders. They constantly promoting Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron James, Oprah. We always see their face all over the place. That's supposed to make us feel like, oh, there's no racism in America. Look at these rich black people. But the fact that something is happening, that they're not able to do any black organizing at all. They're not able. All they can endorse is politicians that's either Democrat or Republican. And they usually go with the Democrats. Okay, and the Democrats were pro-slavery. It was the Republicans that wanted to end slavery. Okay, so the black people have to endorse the slavery. The black people have to endorse all of the stuff that lead to prisons and stuff like that. Yes, MJE. Music industry funds prisons. Yep. Thanks, True Empress. He looked crazy. You know he looked crazy, girl. But yes, the music industry funds prisons. And who's in the music industry? Jay-Z, Beyonce. Um, these people, regardless of how rich and successful and famous they get, they're very limited in what they can do with their money. And they know that. And that's the reason why they don't do anything for the black community. Meanwhile, every other community has very specific banks, hospitals, schools, and they take over communities. There will be whole neighborhoods with this ethnicity from a foreign country. Like everybody else is allowed to do community building except for black people. When black people start doing community building, oh, then you start to hear they start getting gang stalked. Then you start hearing about all this bad stuff start happening to them. Why is that? Right? So we have to think about all of these things and think all of these things through. Every black person is not your friend. Every black person is not for the cause. And that's why it's so important. And the only way to get through this is really to put God first. Because I spent a lot of years of my life being for black people. I'm going to show y'all an old picture of me. And it was just a lot of hard work. And I felt like we didn't get nowhere. This is me, a little teenager. I wear glasses. See, I'm looking a mess. This is my friend Malaysia. The funny thing is, one of the things I do is I'm a seamstress. I made her head wrap and her dress. And she traveled from the state that she lived in to the state that I lived in to buy clothes for me. Okay. I started sewing when I was 17. And I'm looking a mess. I have on my army fatigues. I got on my Che Guevara shirt. I got on my army fatigue head wrap. Got the black fist. But you see what I'm doing? We're at a rally. I'm handing out flyers to build up the movement. Okay? So I want you guys to understand, I've been in this work doing community activism since I was a kid. Okay? And so she showed up to the rally. And she's wearing the outfit I made her, but I didn't even know she was going to go to that rally. And she didn't know I was going to go to that rally. So she's out there looking fashionable in a dress that I made her. And I'm out there looking like, hey, I'm working. I'm working. Okay. I could be out there dressed up like the Queen of Egypt if I wanted to. But y'all see I'm handing out flyers. I'm spreading the word. Black people got to unite. We got to get this together. We can't keep sitting here crying about what's going wrong. We got to work together to do what's right. But I just found this old picture today. I said, I'm going to share it with y'all. So y'all know I go way back in community organizing. This is nothing new. It bothers me that you have all of these fake people on YouTube who keep lying to y'all, telling y'all that they're about the people and they're about the community and they're activists and they're all about women's rights and black men. And they're just talking. They're just running their mouths. They're lying. I'm over it. Do something. So I said I was going to tell you guys a little bit about the Alabama boat brawl. I just wanted to show you guys some of the comments that were under the video. With I'm sure you guys have heard about it, that the uh, the black man went over and told the white guy that he had to move his boat, and the black man was a boat captain. And the white guy just started hitting him, just like, I don't have to listen to you. I'm going to beat you up. You can't tell me what to do because I'm white and you're black. And you would think this racism is over, America is past that point. But no, it just proves the point that white people still think that they're superior to black people. And so a big fight broke out. And so you have people in the comments section trolling white people. Because whenever black people do something wrong, if you look on the news articles on YouTube, like, oh, you see some black teens had a big fight in public, or if they was selling drugs, they got arrested, there's so much white racist comments. Oh, look at those thugs. Oh, we know which race is doing that. First of all, black people have no control over no buses, trains, boats, or planes that brings the drugs into the country. Okay. So obviously the white people run the drug trade. That's the truth. But who get the blame for it and who go to jail for it? We do. And why? Because we being disrespectful and disobedient to God. If you want to work for the devil, then you get what the devil pay, which is death, which is nothing. Go to jail, go to hell. Anyway, so now that the white people are the ones that's acting crazy, so now you have people in the comments now trolling the white people. So they said, look at those group of thugs attacking that security guard. Sad. So beneath it, here goes somebody call themselves read the Talmud. He says thugs better check the crime stats. 13% equals 70%. So even though this is a case of white racism against black people, you have a white racist in the comment section saying black people are only 13% of the US population, but do 70% of the crime. That's what he's saying. First of all, white people would not be in this country if they was not doing 100% of the crime. Okay, I'm sorry to the white people that's listening, but the truth is, y'all came over here on pirate ships. Black people was here first. The only reason that y'all are still here now is because of violent crime. The only reason the drug trade exists is because white people run all of the means of distributing drugs all over the world. Are you kidding me? And somehow black people is the bad guys in this situation? But so white people create racism to perpetuate that it's not them that's doing all the crime. Then on top of that, this guy name is Read the Talmud. Child, let me tell you something. The Talmud says it's okay for grown men to do bad things with little children. The Talmud say that Jewish people can trick and deceive goyim, non-Jewish people. Meanwhile, the real original Jewish people of the Bible are black. So they created their own little book called the Talmud so that they could promote degenerate behavior and excuse each other for doing devilish activities to people that's not so-called Jewish like them, when black people are the original Jews of the Bible. Okay, so of course somebody named Read the Talmud would sit there and try to say black people do all of the crime, 70% of the crime, which is a bold-faced lie. White people would not be here if not for criminal activity. Go back to Europe with the crime. Go back. Because y'all over here creating more problems and not doing the right thing. Over here creating racism, police brutality, imprisoning black men for crimes that really at the top of it is white people doing it, letting each other off the hook for all of y'all crimes. Y'all don't want to pay reparations for slavery. Y'all want to take everything that we have away from us, all of our land, all of our money, and all type of stuff, and don't want to give nothing back, and then say, oh, why they poor? Why they impoverished? And still want to be racist towards us. When I was looking for some apps to do my stuff that I was doing on Patreon, I was reading the different descriptions to see if the apps was good or if the apps were bad and things like that. And look at this comment, racist comment out of nowhere. So somebody put, oh, the app is fun. Look at this person. They said, sick of everything becoming black, looking for a Mother's Day gift And there's so many black mom gifts and not too many focused on any other races specifically. You fell for the only Black Lives Matter, it seems. Another person below that said, cool, no problems, except too many ads. This person is racist. Janet Ruckle, sick of everything becoming black. She was looking for a GIF. Y'all know what a GIF is, right? Those little moving images that you can insert in text messages. She says she's sick of everything becoming black. She was looking for a Mother's Day image, and there's so many black mom images and not too many focused on any other races specifically. You fell for the only Black Lives Matter, it seems. And this is how she's criticizing the people who made the app, because she could not find enough white people images under Mother's Day. This is a racist piece of shit. Do you know that this is the black experience of America? Every time we turn on the TV, 99% of the people are white. Every time we watch a movie, 99% of the people are white. You only get one or two token black people. And before that, you had none. All the movies about the future, they had no black people in them until recently. All the movies, all the TV shows, all of the gifts, all of the ads, everything, everything advertising, you go everywhere is white people this, white people that. And this fucking retarded idiot has the nerve to say everything is black? Are you stupid? Do you know for black people, everything is freaking looking white to us? Look at this jackass. That's why I say she needs to get back on the Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Maria and drive her ass back to fucking Europe. Go back. I've been to Europe. It ain't too hot. I've been to, child, please. Paris is dirty as fuck. It's disgusting. They need to take their ass back. You so racist? Get the fuck out of here. I'm about to lose my monetization. Just got the damn monetization. I'm about to lose it already. Oh, let me calm down. So, in Africa, you have the leadership in Africa who are now saying they want the white people to return all the land they stole from the black people. So this is happening in different countries in Africa. It has been for the past 50 or 60 years, actually. So in South Africa, the white people who are from, I think they're Dutch. I'm not sure. I think they're Dutch. The white people there moved to Africa, and the white people own like 70% or more of all of the land in South Africa. And the black South Africans, they are like in slavery. They very poor. They can't get no good jobs. There's no economy. So there's a lot of crime. But the parts where the white people are, it's like it's like a movie. It's beautiful. It's pristine. It's perfect. Like the white people took up all the good land and pushed all the black people off onto the 30% of the land that's trashy. That's useless. The white people own all of the land with the agriculture and everything. How much sense does that make? That white people own 70% of the land in South Africa? And all of the black people, the majority of the population, only have 30% of the land. So now this African politician is demanding that the white people return the land they stole from black people. Uganda president warns Africa against exporting raw materials to the West. Uganda president, his name is Yoweri Museveni. And the reason why is because what we don't think about, and oh no, true empress, Paris is garbage. It's dirty. It's hot. They don't have no air conditioning nowhere. Rode the train. I even went to Disney Paris. I went all over the place. I have the pictures. Maybe since you join Patreon, Empress, I'm gonna show you the pictures. I went to London, Paris, Amsterdam, other places around the world. Like, I'm a real person. I live a real life, right? Anyway, it's filthy. It's dirty. They don't have no air conditioning. All the buildings are old. It's like the 1800s. It's mad pigeons. It's hot. Okay. No air conditioning nowhere. Went down in the train station. I thought I was going to die. It's old fashioned. It's not modern. It's not like the United States at all. It's dirty and disgusting. That water in Paris that they tell people, oh, it's so romantic. It's black in broad daylight. It's black and dirty. I was gonna get on a boat with my friends. I said no, because if that anything splash on me, I'm gonna have a whole entire fit. It's disgusting. It's dirty. And it's hot. Like you in America, you go around, you go in the stores, you get air conditioning. You go on the train station, you get air conditioning. You don't get that there. It's hot. It's old. All the buildings are old. The hotel that I rented had a tub. It didn't have a shower. I was like, damn. It's old fashioned. It's way old, like 1800s. It's not new. Like all the stuff we used to in America is not like that in Europe. That's why they keep coming over here. So and remind me, True Empress, remind me to do a slideshow for you guys over there on travels and stuff, because I might forget. All right, guys. So I asked you guys what y'all wanted me to talk about tonight. I was just doing a little warm up to just let people come in the room. Let's get into the real topics. Jaguar T, nobody caught yet. I asked y'all if y'all wanted me to talk about spiritual predators, racism in America, why I took time off of YouTube, or all of the above. So most people voted for all of the above. We talked about the racism in America. We talked about why I took time off of YouTube, and that was to learn how to do video editing and to do content on Patreon. So we talked about those two. Towards the end, if people are still around, at the end of the show, I'll give you guys a story time about spiritual predators. And that story time is my personal experience of men who claimed that they were spiritual gurus and they were healers and all of this and all of that. And they basically was just trying to have sex and try to give young women drugs and stuff like that. It's really bad. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you guys a story time at the end to tell y'all how bad that is, what's really going on in the world from personal experience. And no, I never had sex with any of them, but I have friends who did, and it was just really bad. So I can tell you guys stories about that. And so let's get into the Jaguar T nobody caught on to yet. Now we're going to start the live. All right. So for those people who didn't know, if you want to support the channel, this is the information. If you guys want to join my Patreon, if you guys want to donate to my PayPal or my Cash App or become a channel member, you can now join my channel. Oh, my PayPal link got mixed up. Okay. So anyway, I'm sure you guys can figure out my PayPal if y'all want to donate that way. So, and yeah, I'm asking you guys to donate and join my channels and memberships and stuff because I'm trying to raise money to buy a laptop, and I need a new laptop to do my content. Okay, my laptop is old and it's slow and it's dying. So I can do a lot more with a new laptop, especially building a campaign to get the predators off the internet, because we need to do a website for that. So the sooner I can get a laptop, the sooner we could make more progress faster, because right now my progress is slow. All right, so now let's get into the video. Jaguar Wright T that nobody knows about. So I'm gonna tell y'all some stuff that I don't think y'all know. It's for real. I'm serious. I'm gonna give y'all a little recap of the stuff that I have told y'all in the past, and then I'm gonna get into what's new, because this is really crazy and it ties into everything that I've been saying. And I noticed that about my content. It's like, what's the word? Like stair steps. It's like my content is like one step, and then the next video is like another step. Every video adds to the last one. And I don't plan it like that, but stuff happens. Like when I did my video for Patreon, where I was like, the first US president was black. One of the people who's trying to lie about that and conceal that is the Harvard African American Studies professor. And I exposed that in my Patreon video. I exposed him. And I'm like, I was just talking about Harvard in my last video on mind control techniques. Harvard is the main institution that was used to work with Harvard is the main institution that was used by the CIA to experiment with mind control techniques. So the fact that you have this African American studies professor from Harvard trying to discredit the truth, that the president before George Washington was black is just another one of the Harvard mind control techniques that they're unleashing on the masses, disinformation. So it's so weird how all of this stuff is connected. But, if you pay attention, it's just the work of the devil. It's the bottom line. Okay, so here's what's going on with Jaguar Wright. Let's do a quick recap and then I'll bring you guys up to date with what y'all don't know. So Jag claimed that TJ told her that official King Payne was talking about her. And now they had a falling out. And Sean Davy Way went on YouTube Live and Coffee and said he's done with her and dragged her. It's a mess, and that's just what I gathered. So recently, Jaguar fell out with the two guys that were giving her the most attention on YouTube, Sean Davy Way and Official King Payne. Apparently, TJ knew Official King Payne before TJ knew Jaguar. And Official King Payne is the one who put TJ and Jaguar together. Not as a romantic couple that they trying to act like they are now, but like TJ wanted to help Jag get out of jail as a fan. So TJ went from being a fan of Jag to now being in bed with Jag. So she getting what she deserved, but that's neither here nor there. The bottom line is, being that TJ knew Official King Payne first, Official King Payne said some disparaging remarks about Jaguar to TJ, and TJ told Jaguar. Because, if you start dating somebody or whatever you want to call it, you're going to tell them. People have been talking about you behind your back. Like, you're going to tell. So I don't think Official King Payne anticipated that TJ would ever tell Jaguar that he was calling Jaguar a narcissist and a scammer and a liar and a manipulator. So Official King Payne went on his platform and said TJ is lying to Jag. That's not true. I've never said those things about Jaguar. And he said he never called Jaguar a narcissist. So I did the video and I said liars with the dollar signs. And I proved to y'all in that video, I showed y'all the receipts that King Payne absolutely called Jaguar a narcissist and a manipulator and a liar 2 years ago on his own platform. And I showed y'all that. So, but that's what caused the falling out. That TJ told Jag, OKP was talking shit about you to me. And Official King Payne tried to deny it. So in that process, Sean Davy Way just decided, I'm just going to turn on Jaguar now and get it over with. I'm not going to wait for her to turn on me. I'm going to turn on her first. So I proved in my video Liars that Sean Davy Way also had made very disparaging remarks about Jaguar 2 years ago. So after they had both cursed Jaguar out thoroughly 2 years ago, a year later, they all niced up to her and they made over 100 videos on her, and they're still making videos on her. And of course, they're monetized. They get in memberships, super chats, cash apps, all type of stuff off of Dragon Jag after they've already made all of that type of money when they were supporting her shenanigans and spreading her lies. So somebody else put a comment. They said, Jag has made herself clear. I'm tired of men making her beg for their love, loyalty, and friendship. Jag, Sean Davy Way is the one you should be leery of. He's called you every kind of bitch there is and pretends to be joking. When he says he doesn't give a fuck about you, Sam Jr., your mama, etc., believe him. He used you and got too big for his britches. Let him go. Ghetto ass immature show. Only low life people would enjoy all that nasty cussing and reading. And then somebody replied and they said, right, Jag is looking right over Sean. We all see it. I don't believe anything he says. And that's the reason why I was like, both of them, both Sean Davy Way and Official King Payne, had cursed Jag out 2 years ago. That's why I broke out the receipts, because it looks like this just happened right now, just a few days ago, just in the past week or whatever. But no. This bad feeling of I hate you and them cursing her out, calling her all type of bad names is old. It's 2 years old. So the animosity was already there. They just used her for money, and they're still using her for money, right? Either they're going to use her for money and pretend to be friends, or now they're using her for money and they're not pretending to be friends. All right. So, okay. Are you guys fighting in the comments? Empress and Ray Ray, y'all stop fighting. Y'all stop fighting. Stop it. So somebody said in the comments, Sean Davy Way on his show 8 hours ago straight up admitted that he single-handedly has been sabotaging Jaguar's entire private life from behind the scenes while playing in her face, taking her calls. He was only taking her calls all of these months to collect the necessary details to undo everything around her. And he just bragged about it on his live stream 8 hours ago in full detail. Did not Jag needs to take that video to the cops and her lawyer to show it as proof that Sean Davy Way was making moves behind the scenes to undermine any efforts Jag could make to stabilize, actually. I knew it the whole time. I truly thought Official King Pain was her true friend, though. This is so cutthroat. Why the fuck do you want to tear down a legendary black woman? I even thought you were against Jag too for a minute, did not. But I see it's because they were making Jag and their audiences and subs think you were trouble and no good. So twisted and messed up. Right? So the woman is giving her memory of how the cookie has crumbled. And she said that well, she didn't even go back far in her memory. She said 8 hours ago. This was just in the past few days, this comment was left, that Sean Davy Way said that he has been intentionally trying to sabotage Jaguar's life. All right, the whole time. The only reason he'd been friendly with her this whole time was just to gather information on her to use it against her later. And that's why I went back to show you guys the recap that what really happened was Official King Pain was talking shit about Jag behind her back to TJ before TJ and Jag met up in real life. And when TJ told Jaguar that, Sean Davy Way automatically turned on Jaguar. So there was no conflict between Jaguar and Sean Davy Way. He just said, "Ooh, this is the minute that I need to." What did he do? Sean Davy Way got with the Brotherhood. He said, "Well, if Jag and Sean and King Pain is beefing, well, I might as well beef with Jag too. He gonna join the Brotherhood with King Pain and go against Jaguar. And Sean Davy Way have no reason to do that. Jaguar didn't do anything to him, right?" And I guess technically Jaguar didn't do anything to King Pain either. King Pain was the one who did say all of those disparaging things about Jaguar behind her back, and then he denied it. So that's why they fell out. So she didn't do nothing to neither one of them. They just never had good intentions for her, period. So here comes Kulu live streaming. This is what the video is about. Hey, Stormy. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy my content. Ray, leave Empress alone. Stormy, it's okay if you're a little bit late. I just now got into what the video is about, which is that Jag is joining Beam Team. So now I'm about to get into proving that to you guys, okay? So Jaguar Wright needs to press charges for false reporting. So here comes Kulu live just a couple of days ago. This screenshot says 1 day ago, but I think I took the screenshot like yesterday, so it's probably 2 days ago. How is Kulu saying that Jaguar needs to press charges for false reporting? He's saying that Jaguar is saying that she got swatted a few days ago, that the police showed up at her house because they got a phone call that said that Jaguar was doing some criminal activity inside of the house. So the police showed up with weapons, like with guns, because they were thinking there could be a weapon involved or drugs involved or people abusing each other and stuff like that. So the cops pulled up to them, to Jaguar and TJ, and made them come outside, and the cops checked their whole house. And it was all on live, and it was very stressful, because as Black people, we know that when police are involved, that lives can be lost and they will not be held accountable. Okay. And that's the whole purpose for Black Lives Matter. So when you see white people being mad about Black Lives Matter, they want to deny the fact that there is overwhelming deaths of Black people at the hands of police. They want to deny facts when they go against Black Lives Matter. They want to change the subject. Oh, all lives matter. Yeah, you don't say nothing when all of these Black people got killed by the police. So don't say nothing now. Anyway, so now Dekulu is trying to tell Jaguar she needs to press charges on whoever she thinks called the police and had the police come to her house based on lies. And it's weird because Kulu and World and the Beam Team are the ones who called the police and had Jaguar arrested. So I'm not saying that they did false reporting, but they're the ones who helped Jaguar get arrested. And now they trying to sneak back into Jaguar's good graces and say that she need to press charges on somebody else. Jaguar said she was going to press charges on the Beam Team from when they was stalking her and doxing her. So it's just fascinating how the tables turn. So here is T and J channel, which is Jaguar and TJ. And you see Kulu is there at the top. He's in their chat. He says, why does Sean, talking about Sean Davy Way, Kulu live stream and says, why does Sean want an underage girl to call him daddy so bad? It's weird and gives off pedo vibes. Okay, I have no idea what Kulu was talking about. I don't even want to know. But basically, this is Kulu showing up in Jaguar's live chat. Now, if y'all remember, correct me if I'm wrong, Kulu and World News was celebrating that they were the ones responsible for getting Jaguar Wright arrested the last time she went to jail. So Jaguar says, "What up? What's up, Kulu? Welcome back. It's so good to see you." That's what Jaguar says to Kulu, the man who got her arrested. They got her arrested the day after she got evicted. And her U-Haul truck got towed with all of her worldly possessions. And they bragged about it. Ha ha ha, we got her truck towed. Okay? And that's the reason why Jaguar only have whatever 3 little outfits that we see her with now. Because she lost everything in the eviction. And that was because she got arrested the day after the eviction. And that's because World News and Dekulu called the police on her and gave her location. Because they were stalking and doxing and harassing her. So somebody in the comments said, boy, super weird, Kulu, gross, ill. And she put the throw up emoji. So somebody in the audience is saying that Kulu was super weird and gross. Well, maybe she could be talking about what Kulu was talking about Sean Davy Way. I thought she was saying that Kulu was weird and gross. My bad. But the point is, after everything that Kulu and World have done to Jag is now saying, what up, Kulu? Welcome back. It's so good to see you. And then Jaguar says in another this is a different video. I'm trying to look at the dates. I don't see the date on this one. That was August 16th when she said welcome back. The day before that, Kulu joined their live, August 15th. And Jaguar says to Kulu, this is his logo that Kulu went live with Jag. And Jaguar says, we need to compare notes to Kulu. She says, because the truth is King World and the Beam Team are just as big of victims as I was in that situation. Okay, I need y'all to make this make sense for me. Jaguar says to Kulu, we need to meet up and compare notes because the truth is King World and the Beam Team are just as big of victims as I was in that situation. Okay? Now, for people in the audience, I want to take a pause here because I want y'all to tell me, does this make any sense that Jaguar would say that King World and Kulu and Beam Team was just as much victims as her in the situation? And they are the ones who actually contacted the authorities to have Jaguar arrested and had Jaguar's tow truck towed. So please, y'all tell me what y'all think about that. I don't understand. What in the world is going on with Jaguar? Okay, I had to get me a little bit of water. All right, so let's see. The Beam Team are far from victims in World. Exactly, True Empress. This makes no sense at all. This is why I said Jaguar Wright has joined Beam Team after everything they did to her. And it's funny because part of the reason why they was antagonizing her is that they World News accused in Dekulu, they accused Jaguar Wright and her I guess whoever her mods are, Dekulu, and I showed this in a previous video I did on them. Dekulu said that they had um what is this? Is this some kind of troll? Tarot Destroyer, are you a real person? Because if not, I'm gonna have to block you. Y'all tell me if Tarot Destroyer is a troll. Hi, April. Anyway, so as I was saying, it was World News and Dekulu who accused Jaguar and her shadow team of getting their Beam Team channel deleted. So both Jaguar and Dekulu and World have been fighting back and forth and accusing each other of doing bad things to each other. So now all it is cozying up, you know, is it's just very what? Okay, you gotta go. Awakening Adults is not a bot. I'm friends with Awakening Adults, so now you gotta go. All right, you guys let me know if anything like that happens again. Okay, no, True Empress is cool. She wouldn't do anything like that. And of course, that's probably the Beam Team. That's the kind of stuff that they do. Like they're all about like anything wrong, like harassing, stalking, doxing, trying to put bugs and Trojans and stuff in people's phones and anything like that. That's what they're about. You know what I'm saying? But they never factor in God. They never think about God's wrath. They never think about how that's going to come back to them. People seem to not realize that I work for God. I'm not doing this for me. God told me, he said, speak to my people. That's what I'm doing to the best of my ability. I'm speaking to God's people. So these weird people who come over here and try to fight me, they're going to inherit some bad reactions from the creator who sent me. That's all I could say. And that's all I'm going to say. Let them find out the hard way. Like, I really, truly, seriously work for God. I'm not joking about that part. I joke about a lot of stuff, but I don't, anyway, God gonna deal with them. Alrighty. So basically, now all of a sudden, Jaguar's acting like Kulu and World was victims in the situation. That's weird. But even if Jaguar wants to say, all right, I forgive you guys for what y'all did to me, stalked, docs, showed my address, came to my eviction, sent people to record my eviction live on YouTube, showed the church where I took my mother and my son, all this type of stuff. In fact, World News pulled up documentation that Jaguar and Goomba had gotten a whole bunch of PPP loans all over the place. I mean, all of the information that was pulled up on Jaguar and Goomba by the Beam Team is way beyond invasions of privacy. So now, for Jaguar to try to be endorsing them and saying that they were victims as much as she was, victims of what? These are the things that these people are into. They're online predators. They stalk. They will contact all type of people, you and everybody you know that they can find on social media. So that's stalking. They want to find your location and send physical people to your location. This Tarot Destroyer person had the nerve to come back. That is so weird. And I blocked them. I did not time them out. Or maybe I did time them out. I need to learn. This is my first time ever trying to block anybody from my live chat. I usually let y'all do what y'all want to do in the chat. This is my first time trying to hide somebody. I hid them, but I thought it was permanent, but they came back. I didn't click timeout. So I don't know if they have another troll account or what, or how to permanently ban them. But whatever the case may be. Alrighty. So online predators, they stalk. Like this person here, Tarot Destroyer. I already removed them once and they came back. That's stalking. It's unwanted. I told you I don't want you here and you're still here. Now you're stalking. Docs, hack people, their finances, their email accounts, their social media accounts. They release people's real names, their real addresses, their phone numbers, their nude pictures, their jobs. When they're staying at the hospital, they know exactly what hospital people are at. They know people's dialysis appointments. I've seen that on YouTube. They know what churches people go to. I've seen people on YouTube contact other people's churches. I have seen it, and not from Beam Team, just in YouTube in general. I've seen all of this stuff happen. They contact people that's in jail. They know all about people's evictions. They pull up people's credit reports. They say, oh, this person owed money here and there for this and that. How did you get their credit report? I've seen this on YouTube. You know, they expose people's travel plans. The Beam Team did that to Shaka. Predators target, expose, and contact the friends, family members, and professional contacts of innocent individuals. Online predators have visited, called, and recorded people's homes, their schools, their children's schools, their family members, and churches. They threaten, blackmail, and expose innocent people. Some have been arrested and sued, meaning the online predators. Some of them have been arrested and sued. None of them apologize, even after they dox the wrong person. I've seen males and females do this, right? They dox the wrong person. They release all of this information on the wrong person. Oh, this is where they go to school. This is where they work. This is where they go for dialysis. All of that. And then come to find out that's not the person that they wanted to dox. And they don't apologize. They don't even apologize. And they doing the same thing when they call themselves trying to, what was they trying to do? Oh, go after Danny. That's what happened. They tried to go after Danny Robinson, Kulu, and World News. They both started making content harassing Danny out of nowhere. Danny didn't do nothing to neither one of them. And World made a video like, oh, come explain yourself, Danny. Who the fuck is World News that somebody got to explain themselves to him? He's an old fucking bum who have kids that he don't pay no child support for, don't got no job. He live off of a woman. And he think Danny got to explain something to him? And then Jakulu started making videos saying that he's going to expose Danny's identity. Why? Danny did nothing to these people, right? And so what happened was, listen, these people want me to curse them out. That's what this is. Tarot Destroyer cannot place voodoo on anybody, okay? And so the thing is, and I just said this a few minutes ago, people need to understand that I work for God. So for Paula Berlinski, let me give you a tip. The very first video I made on YouTube, somebody came on there and they started like saying mean words to me, like what you're doing right now. And Paula, let me tell you what happened to them. They died. The first person who ever attacked me and cursed me on YouTube, they died. They died a painful death, and it had nothing to do with me. But it was talked about on YouTube in detail how they died, okay? A few months after they called themselves cursing me. So Paula, I just want you to know that, okay? Enjoy your day. You take care now. So as I was saying, these people will go all out to harass and stalk and terrorize and hurt innocent, traumatizing these people that have been their victims. And I've seen this done on YouTube with multiple different people. But what happens is the reason why they continue with this bad behavior, like I said, they will dox the wrong person. When Kulu and World was threatening to dox Danny for no good reason, no reason. What happened was Kulu wound up getting doxed in the process. Okay. His real name came out and Danny didn't put it out. Okay. Other people put it out. And we were able to research Kulu on Google and find all type of stuff about him. And so at the end of the day, the issue is that, go ahead, report it, pro commenter. You not going to report that this person is sitting there talking about doing stuff to me, but you're going to threaten me? Okay, you can get the same fate as them. Enjoy your stay in hell. So their evilness is rewarded with clicks and views and cash donations by their audience, who they call boots on the ground from other predators. Okay? And this is the reason why, even though they go and start doxing people that didn't do nothing to them, sometimes they dox the wrong people. And that's what happened in Danny Robertson's case. Kulu and World pulled up the picture of a young lady who Danny said is not her. But they paraded this young lady's, two different young lady. One was light skinned, one was brown skinned. Kulu pulled up pictures of these two girls and said one of them was Danny, and neither one of them, Danny said neither one of them was her. So even Kulu doxing the wrong people. And did he apologize? No, he didn't. They claimed that they knew all about that lady. They said they know that the woman worked as a school teacher. They said they know that she have a child and that they're going to visit her school. Why? Even if that was Danny, she didn't do nothing to y'all, right? So after they doxed this person and said they knew all this stuff about them, Danny said, that's not me. So what did Danny do? She contacted the police and said these men are stalking and doxing and harassing this woman, and said they're going to go visit her at her job at a school where she's a school teacher for no good reason. Right? And so after they doxed the wrong person, do you think they apologized? Do you think they said, oh, we made a mistake, we're wrong? No, they was wrong from the beginning. They were wrong to even start this whole we're gonna dox Danny for what? Like I'm saying, give us a good reason. If you tell me, like when they was doxing Nature Boy and stalking him, that made perfect sense. He was beating the crap out of people, men and women. He was abusing children. He was saying that he wanted to do like nasty sexual things with underage people, and he wanted to make underage people do ungodly things. Anybody who's talking crazy like that's their intention and that's what they do, by all means, those are the people that you want to stalk and dox. But regular people who are just like, maybe they said something you don't like, I get that. But how many things does Beam Team say that people don't like? Why do they get to sit around for 10 hours, 10 people for 10 hours and curse people out and stalk them, dox them, show all of their locations, everywhere they go, everything they do, contact everybody they know to the best of their ability, try to contact and reach out to everybody these people know? How can they do all of these things? But if you say anything about any one of them, now they're coming for you. Why are they the only people who they think is entitled to free speech? That's the part that gets me. You know, it was okay when they were stalking and doxing Nature Boy. Because absolutely correct, Awakening, people died there under Nature Boy's care. That's a reason to start stalking and doxing and harassing. That's a good reason. But they have turned all of this negative energy onto regular people that's not doing nothing wrong. People like the T channel, people like Danny Robertson, people like me. Now they're talking about they're going to kick my ass and they got footage of me. For what? For saying that y'all are overstepping y'all boundaries and what y'all doing is wrong? And to use y'all energy to take down real criminals? Why you have a problem with me? Because I'm telling you to use your energy more wisely. Because I'm telling you to put up money for your children, for your children's children. You mad at me and you want to whoop my ass. So being that Jag and Kulu was all nicey buddy, and the funny thing was I had told y'all a couple of weeks ago that the Kulu be stealing my talking points. He listens to my videos and he tried to regurgitate some of my information on his platform a couple of times. The first time I caught him was like a year ago. I caught him again. I made my video about Brother Polite. The next day he imitated me, everything, right? He did the same thing when he did this video with Jaguar on August 15th. T and J going live to address the mess. When Takulu got up on her platform, oh Lord, this person is ridiculous. You know, this is a demonic spirit. Whoever this person, this tarot destroyer is, it's a demonic spirit. Because the fact that I keep telling the person to go away, and the fact that they keep coming back, is evidence that the spirit that dwells within them is a demonic spirit. So I'm doing something on my other phone to block the person from my channel and to report them. So give me 1 second, guys, just to report the user. Okay, you guys let me know if this person come back. Let's see. I'm reporting. Give me 1 second. This is harassing me. I'm reporting the harassment right now in real time. I'm gonna make moderators so I don't have to do this again. But being that this person is being relentless, we're gonna go ahead and give them the send-off that they need. Harassment, harassing me. Okay, is that all of the messages? Because I reported. Okay, so I went one by one and reported them for harassing me. That's a demonic spirit because I removed them 3 times. So the fact that they was able to keep coming back, there's something more deeper going on with that individual, that tarot destroyer. That's a spirit. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just misled, like they have a bad character because maybe they had a bad childhood or they went through a lot of bad stuff in life, so they become a bad character. But with the proper like therapy and counseling, some people could overcome their negative nature. You hear stories like this about people that go to prison all the time, men and women. They was so bad, they was doing bad stuff, out of control. And then they wind up getting like arrested, going to jail, they do time, and they turn around. They see the light. They all of a sudden realize I was a bad person and I needed to change my ways. When you hear people that can talk like that and say, I was doing something wrong and I needed to change, repent, find God, just turn my life around. When people talk like that, that means that they don't have a demonic spirit. They just had a bad character. But when people like, it's like this one, the tarot destroyer, who I just had to remove like 3 times, that's a spirit. That's a demonic spirit. Some people are not just bad characters that can get over it. And even if people are bad characters, you still have to avoid them until they come to the realization that they have a bad character and they need to fix it. So I'm not saying that, oh, try to distinguish between a demonic spirit and a bad character. No, because they're both demonic spirits. But the difference is one can overcome their bad character and the other one cannot. Okay, we all have a choice if we're going to do the right thing or the wrong thing. We all have temptation. We all do, right? But we make a choice. Say, no, I'm not going to do that. It's not the right thing to do. That doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me comfortable, So the fact that this person could keep coming back after I blocked them twice and the third time, this is beyond a bad character. This is a person who's probably already sold their soul to the devil. They probably don't have no soul in their body, and all of their activity, even if it have nothing to do with me, they would be somewhere else doing something demonic to somebody else. Like they just exist to be evil and wicked. So thank you for being our example of a demonic spirit in action. Okay, back to the show. All right, let's move on. I think you guys understand what I'm saying. The problem is that, the things that Cthulhu and World have done and they refuse to apologize or see anything wrong with it, that means that they're going to continue that same bad behavior. And that's the difference between a bad character and a demonic spirit. And I'm going to get into that in a few minutes, like the spirit behind both Cthulhu and World. They're into the brotherhood esoteric knowledge. I'm going to prove it to y'all in this video. And like I told y'all a few minutes ago earlier in the video, the brotherhood demonics, the brotherhood is people who believe in the serpent knowledge. They believe that whatever the devil people told Adam and Eve is good knowledge, and that's what they want. That's what they want to live by. And that's what the brotherhood is based on. They feel like God, they don't like God, they like the devil because they feel like the devil gave us knowledge. But they don't want to admit that women got it first. So no matter how you cut it up, you're not winning that battle. But they want to think in their minds that they're smart and that they're better than what they really are, because that's the spirit of the devil, like self-aggrandizement, like, oh, me, I'm so smart, I'm so powerful, I have knowledge. Listen, you don't know nothing because you're not doing anything productive with whatever little tiny bit of knowledge you think you have. If you were so knowledgeable, you would be more productive. You would be doing things that people could respect and get behind. You wouldn't be doing things that's obvious to other people that's just evil and wicked. So after Kulu got up on Jaguar's, oh, I was telling you guys how Kulu be stealing my talking points. So when he got up on Jaguar's panel on August 15th, Kulu started repeating everything that I have said in my past couple of videos about Black women supporting these gay men who were tearing down Black women. Kulu repeated everything that I have said about that in this video with Jag on August 15th. And if y'all have seen my last video that I did like 2 weeks ago, and y'all listen to Kulu's conversation with Jag in this one, you will hear what I'm saying is true. He went up there and repeated all of my talking points, and which I proved to y'all in my past videos. He's done this to me several times in the past. Kulu is not the only one. There's a couple of female and a couple of male content creators. After I make a video, they start using my words and my language and my talking points in their videos to try to make themselves look smart in front of their audience. But I'm letting a lot of that stuff go because it happens, it's petty, and I don't want to fight everybody over every little thing. But it happens to me all the time. And these people have no idea that late at night when I'm up doing my research and I'm listening to all of this garbage in the background as noise, I'm finding out stuff that I'm like, oh, wow, oh, wow. I'm like, oh, okay. I hear you repeating me. I'm gonna let it go for now, but I'm just telling y'all, if y'all listen to everything that Kulu said to Jaguar in this particular video, and y'all have seen my last video I did like 2 weeks ago, you're going to hear him repeating everything that I've been saying for the third time. This is my third time catching Kulu repeating me. Anyway, he don't know how to do the right thing. He only know how to do the wrong thing. Because if Kulu is listening to my content that much to the point where he's so influenced by me that he keeps constantly repeating me over the course of the past year, why is not he becoming a better person? Why hasn't Kulu denounced his Beam Team member that threatened to whoop my ass? If Kulu hears my message, give your heart to God. Grow closer to God. Be righteous and upright. Save up money for your grandchildren. Worry and focus on that. If Kulu hears all the things that I'm saying, why is he continuing to promote world news and the Beam Team when he knows that all he's doing with them is invading innocent people's right to privacy? How can you listen to my content and still keep doing the wrong thing? The spirit that dwells in you is of the devil, and everything you do in life is going to fail. You're never going to win anything in life working for the devil, Kulu. So stop copying me and actually start living your life for God, because I can't save you and I won't save you. And you better hope that God don't make me no type of angel that gets to let people in heaven when they die, because the answer gonna be no. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You better hope I'm not the one, because scripture does say, do you not know that you will be judged by the saints? That's in scripture. Anyway, so somebody put a comment after Kulu was on Jag's platform repeating everything he's heard me say, and acting like they're his own original thoughts. Somebody put in a comment section, Kulu's now the relationship expert. And somebody replied and said, I guess so. And then below that, a sister left a comment. She said, Kulu's own father-in-law didn't want him to marry his daughter. Kulu had to prove himself first, so he wasn't doing too great himself. I don't know how Kulu proved himself, because he don't own no house. He don't have no car. He went from living in a van. Him and two women lived in a van. And then when he got one of them pregnant, now he married the one he got pregnant. And they live in like one of his family members' properties. So Kulu got a lot of time to be up on the internet stalking, doxing, and harassing people. Okay, but he don't have a lot of time to sit there and actually be what a man is supposed to be for his family. You married that woman. You supposed to provide her with a house. You supposed to provide her clothes. You supposed to provide her food. All of that is scriptural. You're supposed to provide for that woman. Y'all not supposed to be living in your family house getting a discount on rent. You're supposed to be providing everything for that family. That's your number one priority under God, Dekulu. You're supposed to, first of all, put God first in your life, not world news, not the devil. And you're supposed to provide for that family. Once you married that woman and had a baby with her, that's your responsibility, Dekulu. Why you all up on the internet worried about what Jaguar doing, what Danny doing, what Leilani for God doing? But you're not worried about your responsibilities and duties as a man. You're not worried about your eternal soul and where it's going to go when you die after you've done all of this criminal activity for your Lord and Savior, the devil, world news. Of course, Kulu's father-in-law didn't want him to marry her because his father, the man, he knows. The father-in-law knew the Kulu is not a man. He's not a protector and a provider. He gonna sit around on the internet and talk shit all day instead of actually be a 100% provider for his wife. I think he was having some conversation on his channel about his wife. She has a master's degree and she wants to go back to work. Your child is very small, okay? If you really cared about your family, you would provide for your wife so she could raise your child until he's like a teenager. Because if both parents is going to work, the child is going to be open to the influence of the system, other kids, and then you really not going to be able to control the character that your child is going to develop. Exactly, MJE. They are bums. That's why I call them the bum team. So somebody put a comment under the video where Jag had let Dekulu come up on her panel. She said, Kulu is using this opportunity to sideways shade and insult Jag. Don't worry, they'll be calling the IRS tomorrow. And the sister said, Kulu is a flip-flopper. No one watches him anyway. Exactly. Like I said earlier, Kulu and World exposed that Jaguar and Goomba had got a whole bunch of PPP loans. And they was threatening that they was going to call the IRS and report them and all type of stuff. This is before they wind up calling law enforcement and having Jag arrested. This is before they called around and had Jaguar's tow truck towed. I mean, her moving van towed. Okay? So now all of a sudden he trying to cozy up to Jaguar and say, oh yeah, Jaguar, black women need to stand up against those gay men. Dekulu, don't use my talking points. You a man. You stand up against whatever men is threatening women. You do what you got to do. But that's not what you're about. You're about feminine drama. King Pain. Speaking of men who's about feminine drama, King Pain does a video 2 days ago. Exclusive. Goomba plans to divorce Jag. Let's help. Jag still wants husband. So King Pain is still sitting up on his platform lying and scamming. How is he telling people Goomba wants to divorce Jag? Let's help. Goomba has been apart from Jag. If you look at the video beneath that, it's from 5 months ago. King Pain did the video. Jaguar Wright addresses divorce after husband Goomba tells Sean whatever. 5 months ago. So Goomba and Jag have been apart for at least 5 months. If that's the case, that's enough time for Goomba to have saved up enough money to get his own divorce. Why is King Pain telling his audience that Goomba plans to divorce Jag? Let's help. What does that mean? Let's raise money to pay for it. Goomba told King Pain he needed $350 to get divorced, and King Pain said, oh, okay, the Crown family, we gonna raise the money and help you. And then the very next day, King Pain goes on his channel and says, Jag and the critters are scamming. First of all, King Pain was scamming by saying the day before that, let's help Goomba divorce Jag. Because King Pain was saying, let's raise the $350. The reason why King Pain was scamming when he said that is because Denat winds up going live after King Pain and said, Jaguar Wright homeless, Goomba scamming with Sean Davy Way and official King Pain. Denot exposed that Denot, he said he personally gave Goomba the $350 to divorce Jag several months ago. So if Denot already gave Goomba the money to divorce Jag, why is Goomba now, several months later, going on official King Pain show and saying that he still need money to divorce Jag, and King Pain saying they're gonna raise it? On top of that, it was said that they were never married. So once again, why is King Pain constantly creating opportunities to raise money from his audience that doesn't need to be raised? So after Denot went on his show and Denot exposed that he gave Goomba the money to divorce Jag several months ago, then King Pain want to turn around and say, oh, Jag is scamming. And King Pain says, Goomba said that he can get the divorce for free through the Veterans Administration. So we're just going to let Goomba do the free option. No, King Pain, the day before that, you was about to scam your audience to pay for it. And who knows if people didn't already send that money the day that King Pain said that he wanted to raise money from his audience to give to Goomba. Who's to say that people didn't already send money that day? Did King Pain send them their money back? I bet you not. So all of these people is running games. You have to like really be able to pay attention to what's going on, because they will not tell you the truth. They will just keep telling you, oh, we raising money for Goomba divorce. And people won't even know Denot gave him the money months ago. So Goomba was scamming to even bring up the subject on King Pain panel. And then for King Pain to feed into it was scamming. But then King Pain get on his channel and want to accuse other people of scamming. You see, all of this stuff is like just messy and mixed up because they're in it for the wrong reasons. And that's the work of the devil. All of this deception, all of this confusion, all of this misdirection, all for money. They're not just doing it for entertainment. It's all for money. So King Pain, I guess he's still on his campaign of being mad at Jaguar, which he always was on, mind you. King Pain says, according to Goomba, Jaguar has $60,000 in her, whatever it's called, her Philadelphia. See, somebody in the audience said that's $59,940. So King Pain was saying that Goomba told him, and for those people who don't know, Goomba is Jaguar's husband that they're about to divorce. Goomba said that because Jaguar has like over 1,000 subscribers to her Philadelphia TV channel, and she charges $9.99 a month for that. All this time, people have been paying that $9.99. That now it's all added up to $59,940. So we don't know if it's true or false. I haven't seen any receipts, but Goomba is saying Jaguar does have this money. She has access to it, and through Philadelphia, like there's literally over 1,000 people that's still paying her $9.99 a month. Okay, so that reminds me, if you guys are able and capable, feel free to donate to my platform so I can get a new laptop and continue to do the work that I started to do, which I'm going to continue, but I would just be able to work faster if I'm able to get a new laptop and to work on the campaign to get predators off of social media. My laptop is old and it's slow. That's the problem. It's from 2014 and I'm still working on it. But it's very stressful and frustrating. So if you guys want to help me get predators off social media and y'all want me to continue doing all this research and stuff that I do for you guys, help a sister out and make it easier for me to get real work done, because people are working together to help the devil people continue to be devilish. They're so quick and easy to give these people money. So anyway, King Pain is saying that Goomba told him Jaguar has access to $60,000 right now. Right? And something else I thought was strange, I just wanted to talk about real quick about King Pain. He keeps calling people doodoo chasers. And I don't understand that, because King Pain is a what is it called? A out of the closet homosexual, or what is it called when he's a out. I don't know. He's gay and he's out and proud about the fact that he's gay. So I don't understand why he keeps calling people doodoo chasers. Because doesn't that make King Pain a doodoo chaser? Like, I don't get it. And see, because King Pain always called people doodoo chasers, you see somebody wrote in his comments, doodoo tribe, because they're so used to King Pain calling people doodoo. Now they starting to call people doodoo. But why they not calling King Pain doodoo? And it's weird because King Pain keeps sitting up there and saying that Jaguar and TJ, that they have like bad smelling body odors. He's calling them like raccoon, pissy, talking about their private parts. But King Pain, you are a doodoo chaser. So why are you talking about what they do with their private parts when you use your private parts to chase doodoo? I don't get it. Right? Here goes King Pain right here, waiting for the doodoo chasers to come up here and check me. King Pain, you are the doodoo chaser. You're a homosexual. That's what sodomy is. It's chasing doodoo. I don't understand that part. Let me check the comments. Why does King Pain keep calling people doodoo chasers? Does anybody have any idea about that? No? All right, I'll check with y'all in a few minutes. I don't get that. Now King Pain have a new gimmick. He's ringing this little bell. Like every time he says something, he ringing his bell. Ding, 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 ding. Right? And he took that from Tamar. She was on this reality show called The Surreal Life. And I watched it because I'm a fan of Tamar. I think she's hilarious. But she's not as crazy as she used to be. I was looking forward to her being messy. But honestly, she had calmed down a lot. In the time of her being on this show, it had Dennis Rodman, it had August Alsina. So they didn't have no drama. They was pretty cool. They didn't act crazy on the show. So it was interesting. But I watched it. Tamar had a bell on that show that she kept ringing. Every time somebody said something that made her uncomfortable, she would ring the bell like ding 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 ding. It was funny. It was really funny when Tamar did it. But the thing is, King Pain, all of his sayings and all of his quotes are so old and late. Like he'll be talking and he'll be like, ooh, ooh. And I was trying to remember, like, I remember somebody used to do that. I used to have a coworker who was gay and we were cool. And he used to do that all the time. But it was such a long time ago. This was literally like in like 2000, like, I don't know. I want to say like 2012. It was that long ago that I had a friend that used to do that. And he was gay. And when King Pain is doing that, my, that's from Johnny Gill. That's a song from like the 80s or the 90s. When he's saying, oh, that's what he said when he got that from a meme. There's a meme of a little kid that says, that's what she said when. Like all of his sayings are stolen bits that are old. Like he goes, and that, oop. I looked that up. That's a drag queen went viral saying, and I, oop, like 5 years ago. So all of his sayings are what is called cliche. A cliche is when the saying is overused. So it's not only that he got all of these weird sayings, but they're old as dirt and they've already went viral. It's not nothing new. But the funny thing is he'll sit there and say, oh, he's original and people are imitating him, but he's an original. No, you're not. All of your sayings are old and have been thoroughly used by the people who made them go viral before you. Now he done stole Tamar Braxton's bell from her being on his VH1 show, The Surreal Life. Somebody wrote in the comments, I wonder if Tamar got that bell from her spiritual advisor, self-proclaimed witch, on her latest reality show. So the person made that comment 10 months ago. So Tamar was on that show, The Surreal Life, with the bell like 10 months ago. And now official King Pain is imitating her. And I'm saying that because these gay men, they take everything that they know from women, particularly black women, and then they turn around and make disparaging remarks about black women. They always do that. And then they lie and say that they taught black women how to read, which is what women are known for. Not just black women. Women in general, we are the ones who read. That's what women do. We shady. We cut our eyes and make shady comments. That's what women do. Tea time, spilling the tea, that's a reference to women getting together to gossip over lunch. That's what tea time is, spilling tea. Women do tea time. That's not male activity. So they trying to take everything women do and they try to take it over and make it seem like they invented it. But the reason why they imitating women is to kind of make it seem like doodle chasing is okay. Like there's nothing wrong with chasing doodle. If they try to act feminine, then it softens the reality that they're doodle chasing, because doodle chasing is disgusting. So if they act like women, it take off that edge of disgust off of doodle chasing. Oh, we'll just pretend to be feminine. We'll do what women do, and the doodle chasing will be covered up. Because women are known to smell good. Women are known to be beautiful. Women are known to be classy. So we'll imitate all of these attributes of a woman so that people won't focus on the doodle chasing. Nicki Minaj jokingly calls out Young Miami over "let's get into some things" catchphrase. So basically what happened was Young Miami tried to tell Nicki Minaj that when Nicki Minaj says, "let's get into some things," Young Miami tried to tell Nicki that she got that from the gay men. So Nicki had to check her. Nicki said, "talking about gay slang, Carisha, please. Let's ask the gays, Miss Bitch," at Young Miami 305. So I think these two are friends. I think they're, I don't think like they're gonna have a real fight or argument over this. But the fact of the matter is, Armand Wiggins, who's been harassing Nicki Minaj, and King Payne, these are two gay men on YouTube, they constantly use this phrase, "let's get into some things." They took it from Nicki Minaj. They take everything from women, especially black women. But what does Armand do? He puts Nicki Minaj down on her own platform. But as much times as Armand Wiggins says, "let's get into some things, let's get into some things," that's the reason why King Payne says it, because he's stealing it from Armand. But they don't even realize they both stealing from Nicki Minaj. The only reason that they want to imitate women is to take off the reality of what they really doing, which is doodle chasing. I had talked about King Payne misquoting scripture. He will sit up there and lie on the Bible. He's still doing it. He says scripture says, he was just recently saying, because I was listening to him about his videos where he was talking about interviewing Goomba. I don't watch every single episode of King Payne's show. I don't watch every episode of Donat's show. I don't watch every episode of Jaguar's show. No. When I have time, I put it on as background noise and I catch what I catch. I hear what I hear and I take my timestamps and I come back to it later. But it's not an everyday thing. This is just based on what I've experienced during the times that I have listened. King Payne constantly misquotes the Bible, and he does it to manipulate his audience. So recently he was saying something about the Bible that's not true. I don't even remember what he said, because he does it all the time. And then he tried to say, "oh, don't judge or you will be judged." And he tried to explain to his audience that that means don't judge people. And he was lying. I'm like, this guy stay lying on the Bible. But he completely ignores the part of the Bible, the law. It's in the law that you are not supposed to be homosexual. He misses that part. That part does not mean anything to him. He's okay with being homosexual, even though the Bible says you should not do that, because he's only using the Bible to manipulate his audience. So let's be clear on him lying on the Bible about the judge not lest you be judged scripture. It says the phrase "judge not lest you be judged" comes from Matthew 7:1 in the Bible. It is often misunderstood and misapplied by believers and non-believers alike. The correct meaning of the passage is that one should not judge others until they are prepared to be judged by the same standard. And then, when they exercise judgment towards others, do it with humility. Okay? So the statement, the way that King Payne explained it, was a complete and total lie. The statement "judge not lest you be judged," it means the same measuring stick that you use to judge other people is the same measuring stick that you should be judged by. That's what it means. Okay? There's a scripture that says in the Old Testament, get the plank out of your eye before you get the speck out of mine, which means your contradictions are so much bigger than mine. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about a little thing I'm doing over here when you're doing something way bigger and worse. And that's what's going on with Beam Team. They judge other people, but they're in the wrong. But if you judge them, they're just going to get more wrong. Okay? But that's what people don't realize. The way God works, if you say that somebody else does something and is wrong when they do it, God is going to hold you to that same standard as well as the standards that God already created for us. So I just want to remind people that I did monetize my channel. I will not be putting any ads on the channel because I want you guys to get the information and share it. But you guys can join my channel as a member. And if you do join as a member, you get access to certain perks. I have a $2.99 level. That's for channel appreciation. If you just want to donate to help me get the laptop, you will get badges. And I have paid a graphic designer to do customized badges for me. So if you guys do join my membership, you will get cute little emojis and badges. Right now, it just looked like the stars because I didn't upload the images because I didn't get them from the graphic designer yet. But I got some cute little emojis that I think you guys will like. I have another membership level of $6.99 a month. And that level, I will be giving people crazy situations and rants, just like telling y'all stories and stuff, real true life stuff. But things that a lot of times I don't want to share on this main YouTube channel because it's not appropriate. But it's things that people can identify with. And maybe like at the end of the night, if you want to just listen to my voice to go to sleep, it's just story times, rants, crazy situations, drama that I get into at work with coworkers, things I've gone through with dating, like just stuff, that we all can relate to. But I know some people, they want me to spend more time online. So I think if I be more myself and show you guys my real personality as a real human being living life every day, just like you. So if you want to see that side of me, then you could join at the $6.99 a month level to hear that side of me. And like I said, some people say they like my voice and it makes them like feel calm. And so if you like want to fall asleep to my stories, that's what that section will be for. If you want to hear me rant about life and everyday stuff, doing a daily review of whatever's happening in the news and the media, I'll be able to respond to stuff much quickly in that way than I will as Leilani for God. If you want to join my life coaching level, that's $24.99 a month. Those people in that group, we will do a lot of group type of therapeutic activities. If people are willing, they don't have to. I can still conduct a group and do group therapy with you guys who join at this $24.99 level. I can do group therapy with you guys and you don't have to participate. But if people want to and put themselves out there in the hot seat, a person can come up and deal with me one-on-one in front of everybody that's in the life coaching group. And we can work through your problem in front of everybody so everybody can benefit from our dialogue and action steps and coping mechanisms and things like that. So it's like a group life coaching, but individuals can put themselves in the hot seat and use their situation to help everybody learn how to grow and how to apply strategies to overcoming difficulties that make you feel stuck or in life, like you're not achieving your goals because you feel like something's holding you back. So that's the type of work that we'll do at the $24.99 level. And that might sound like a lot of money, but I only charge $20 an hour for life coaching. So it's cheaper to do $24.99 a month for life coaching than to do $20 an hour. So it's actually cheap for what you're getting. I have a master's degree and I've been working as a mental health and substance abuse counselor for my whole career. That's the only type of work I've ever done. So I'm really well versed in life coaching. And I wanted to let you guys know you can also find out more information about that on my About page. I want to read to you really quickly a testimonial from someone that I life coached in real life. I asked them to write me a testimonial They said, "Peace, family. This letter is in regards to the consultation I had with Leilani. It was so impactful, very informative, and it actually put me at ease to know that I will be okay no matter what situation I find myself in. She informed me and addressed all of my fears and concerns. I am so grateful to have such a person to contact. She is very much so solution driven, and I would definitely recommend her to anyone that needs more information on being more situated and stable in life. Thank you, Leilani, for all your assistance and for doing God's work. You are very much appreciated." All right. So that's a real person that I life coached. She was very worried and wound up and just very worried, and she took a chance and she reached out to me and I started working with her and she cleared up really fast. I don't think we spoke more than 3 different times. And she was just really just alive. She was just like, I can do it. Like her attitude went from, I don't know what I'm going to do to, I can do this. I can do it. Like she's good. She don't need me no more. So it doesn't take a long time. It just depends on how willing you are to change. If you do the things I tell you to do, you will clear up. Things will clear up. But if you just talk to me and then you don't do the homework and stuff, then your progress will be slow. You will feel better, but it will be like a band-aid. You'll feel better, but you won't feel like alive again, like you have control over your situation the way you want to. And I think that's like the only thing that, I can't control it, but that's the only thing I think stops people from getting the full benefit of what I'm teaching them is if they apply it. Okay. Because I talk to people and they feel better and they don't do the homework. So it's like, no, you got to do the homework. But anyway, everybody does things in their own timing. So maybe at a later time, they'll come back to the homework, and then, they'll still be able to get the benefit from it. And so I just wanted to read a quick scripture from Genesis. It says, God blessed them and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it and rule over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the sky and over every living thing that moves on earth. And the reason why I wanted to read that scripture is from when God put Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, is because that's how I perceive the people who support the work that I do. I consider us to be God's gardeners. We are the people who actually care about the mission that God put on our hearts, that we all have a purpose in life. We are the people who want the world to be a better place. We are the people who want the world to be a safe place. We are the people who want life to be the way God designed it, which it was supposed to be a beautiful thing. Everything was supposed to be good. So to the degree to which we can take action that makes the world a better place, that's what we're about. And we're all different in how we are skilled and talented and able to do our part. So my part might be counseling people, mental health and substance abuse. Somebody else's part, they might be really good with children. They know how to really get kids motivated to learn and do educational activities. Some people are really into saving the animals. Some people are really into saving the environment. So if you have a mission on your heart that's like designed to bring back the beauty in the world that God created the world with. Humans, we've been destroying everything God has done for us. But for those people who are like really into living out a purpose that makes life worth living and makes life more beautiful in the way God intended it, these are people that I consider to be God's gardeners. And those are the type of people that I would like to join my memberships, whether it's on Patreon or on YouTube, because the type of work that I do is designed to make the world a better place to the best of my personal ability. All right, guys. So that's what I'm about. And that's the type of people that I want over here. So as I'm reading scripture and telling you this, I just lost like 5 people. That is crazy. So if I'm talking about these bad people doing bad things, everybody's entertained, and that's fine, which is fine. That's not a problem. But when I say we also have a purpose that's put in us by God to make the world a better place, why does that turn people off? That is so weird. I mean, do y'all want to live in not, well, they're gone, but do they want to live in a world where people like World News and Deculu and the Beam Team stalk, dox, and harass people and get away with it and make people have to uproot their whole lives and move and change the schools for their kids. They want to live in a world that's run by the devil. That's crazy. You see, it's all good until it happens to them. Then when it happens to them, those same 5 people going to contact me. Leilani, I'm having a problem. I'm having trouble. People are harassing me online. Can you help me? That's what's going to happen. So anyway, how to catch a predator. All right. So on Patreon, I've been talking about actions that we can take and defining how people are legally protected so that as a group, we are not duplicating the same exact behavior of gang stalkers. Like, we're not going to start doing illegal methods. No, we're going to use legitimate methods to get these people off of social media. We're just going to say they're violating all types of laws, all types of community guideline policies, and they have all of these victims. And this is why they don't deserve to have a social media platform, right? We're going to use the righteous means to actually address online predators. So this is a text message history between me and somebody else. Somebody cursed me out for no reason because I was talking to them about keeping them accountable to their word. A female YouTuber, she cursed me out because I said, you keep saying on your platform that you're all about protecting Black women, and when I'm asked you so many times to work with me on these different things, you're not working with me. And the person cursed me out. Oh, fuck you, bitch. Da, 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 da. They started hollering, screaming, and cursing. So there was a witness. There was another person there. They witnessed the whole thing. And so they sent me the text and they said, oh, wow, you were right. She turned against me. The same person that cursed me out, a couple of days later, they turned on the witness. And I said to the witness, I saw it. She lied on you and left out a lot of details and acted like I didn't apologize, which I did. And that person said, wow. And I said, she said you were laughing when she cursed me out. You were not laughing. And that person said, I'm going to do a show about this because I was going to ignore it, but that's insane. You weren't even being mean to her. She just out of nowhere basically cursed me out. So I said to them, I told you she was insane. I literally said that. So I'm going to talk about who that YouTuber is that cursed me out, who the YouTuber is that also she turned on that person, and how that person is insane and they lie. They get on their platform and they lie every single day. And I'm going to expose them on my Patreon channel. So if y'all want some good tea and gossip about these lying ass, manipulative, mentally ill, clinically insane YouTubers that's up here lying to y'all every day, you definitely want to join my Patreon so you can find out what that's about, because I have a list of people that I'm going to be exposing. I tried to work with a lot of people and they created fake arguments with me just to get rid of me so they wouldn't have to work with me. I didn't do anything to them. They just used making a fake argument as a defense mechanism because I'm like, hey, let's do this work. You said this is what you're about, so let's do it. And they're like, oh, I don't like what you said. I don't like how you said that. Fuck you. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I let them go off and curse me out. And then I'm like, okay, do you want to resolve this? And they don't. But these people are faking and lying to y'all and making it seem like that they're really good people who really care about everybody. So I'm going to be exposing a bunch of people on my Patreon. So if y'all want that type of tea, y'all know where to find it. All right, back to Jaguar and to Kulu. So Kulu made this video going at people that he feels like Jaguar might need to press charges against for false reporting. So he put King Payne in there. He put the police in there. He put Sean Davy Way. Kulu is calling Sean Davy Way Dookie Way. That's another thing. Some gay YouTuber calls Sean Davy Way Dookie Way. And then also Donat, who has admitted that he's gay, he has a song called Baby Dookie Voice that he plays on his channel. I was trying to listen to his interview with Jaguar, and this music kept saying Dookie Voice, Baby Dookie Voice. Again, what is with these gay men obsession with doo-doo? And if Donat, if you want to make a song about Dookie, you should not put a baby in there. That you should not be repetitively playing a song that says Baby Dookie Voice. It sounds like just like the comment that Dekulu made about Sean Davy Way. it's not a good look when gay men like make comments like that about children, because it leads to a stereotype about gay men, right? And then on top of that, why would you even want to keep repeating over and over again, dookie, dookie, dookie? It's like, I can't watch Denat's content because of that. I was struggling to listen to what Jaguar said, and I got out of there. Like, I cannot take that. Like, I won't be listening to his content because of that. I don't want to hear a grown man saying baby dookie voice 100 times in a row just to listen to an interview between him and Jaguar. But again, these gay men are obsessed with dookie and doo-doo. Anyway, so Kulu was telling Jaguar she needs to press charges on King Payne and Sean Dookie Way, Queen Lame and Dookie Way, for putting false charges on her and having the police swat her. And I understand that Dekulu is now trying to pretend to be Jaguar's friend, but I just feel like Dekulu have done too many things wrong to Jaguar, like to ruin her whole life, calling the police on her and having her U-Haul towed and all this shit. I don't think I don't think Kulu is the right person to try to tell Jaguar to press charges, because it wasn't too long ago that Jaguar said she was going to press charges on the Beam team for stalking and doxing and harassing her. And that involved the Kulu. I think Jaguar specifically said that she herself personally wanted to fight Dekulu a few months ago because of everything that they were doing to her. So it's just very weird that he's now trying to turn her against other people. So this is just a few screenshots to show receipts as proof that Kulu has been harassing Jag and Goomba for a long time. 5 months ago, Goomba and the Bad Actors Club. 5 months ago, Jag and Goomba's fake divorce. Jag's script. So if Dekulu felt 5 months ago that Jaguar is running a fake script about divorce from Goomba, why Jaguar and Goomba are still talking about the divorce now? So does now, 5 months later, does Dekulu not think that the script is fake anymore? I mean, can anybody make any of this stuff make sense? Then Dekulu makes another video 5 months ago. Jaguar out on bond and blames King World for lockup. No, King World and Dekulu got on YouTube and said they were responsible for Jaguar Wright's lockup. And I proved that in a previous video. 6 months ago, Dekulu made a video. Sean Davy Way and King World's phone call exposes Jaguar Wright. So 6 months ago, World and Dekulu were working with Sean Davy Way to expose Jaguar Wright. And now all of a sudden, Kulu's telling Jaguar, press charges against him for falsely reporting on her. You see how this happens? Just a few months? 5 months ago, Jaguar and Goomba, fake pregnancy scheme, and Goomba begging. Okay, Jag and Goomba, fake pregnancy. That was 5 months ago. So if Kulu was reporting that they're faking, lying, scamming, why is it now all of a sudden Kulu is okay with Jaguar? Jaguar Wright committed by Goomba's mental health. Goomba makes Jaguar cry. Okay? And of course, Kulu and World are obsessed with Velvet and Solar. It's time to leave them alone, but they won't leave those people alone. 5 months ago, Kulu does a video. Jaguar released and takes a dirty spiritual bath. Okay? So he's saying Jaguar took a dirty spiritual bath. That was 5 months ago. 3 months ago, Kulu made a video. King World 2020 channel gone by Jaguar Wright Shadow Team. So if you really believe that Jaguar Wright is behind the deletion of King World's channel, once again, why is Kulu now wanting to still work with Jaguar? Jag, fugitive, jail roster information, an NCIC warrant. 4 months ago, Kulu did this video exposing Jag. He says, Jag liar. Jail info. Description, fugitive. Okay? He was reporting on all of the work that he did to help get Jaguar arrested just 4 months ago. Oh, at the bottom, Dakulu did a video that said Goomba and Nikki give sincere and authentic apology. 4 months ago. 4 months ago, Goomba and Nikki were Jaguar's enemies. All right? So Kulu was working with Jaguar's enemies. Here goes Kulu again. Inside scoop. Jaguar Wright new mugshots and bond amount. Here he goes. Kulu. Proof. King World knew about the warrant and bond. Proof. Jaguar Wright isn't getting released early. Jaguar Wright's family interviewed by King World. Okay? 3 months ago. Kulu and World was interviewing Jaguar Wright's family. Interviewed their family though. But they're interviewing other people's families. 1 month ago. TJ and Jaguar Wright speaks with Kulu for a third time. Now all of a sudden 1 month ago, now they talking to Kulu all the time. King World calls Jaguar Wright and TJ full audio. How did y'all go from getting the woman arrested, stalking and doxing her every move, interviewing her family members, stalking, doxing, and harassing everybody around Jaguar? And that's how Genesis started getting dragged by them. No, Genesis started getting dragged by them because Genesis had carbonation people there. And then Jaguar went and hooked up with them as well. So then they started stalking and doxing everybody inside of Genesis' house. Okay? Proof, Jaguar Wright and TJ didn't have no physical fight. So they went from saying that Jaguar is a liar. Kulu was calling her Jag liar just a couple months ago. And now, a month ago, Kulu is basically agreeing with everything Jaguar is saying and now debunking people who's against Jaguar. So guys, let me know if y'all can hear me because it looked like there was a lapse. I don't know if it's internet service or something else. Can you guys hear me?
So guys, let me know if y'all can hear me.
Okay.
It looked like there was a lapse. I don't know if it's...
Okay, I just checked with my other device. I can hear myself. Somebody type in the chat and let me know if y'all can hear me. Because for a minute, it looked like there was a lapse. All right, so proof. So now what Dakulu is doing is trying to prove that what Jaguar Wright is saying is the truth and that it's not false. But just a couple of months ago, you were calling her a liar. So I just want to remind you guys to keep sharing my playlist, World News Exposed. It now has 7,185 views, which means that you guys are definitely sharing the playlist on different social media platforms because he's operating on different social media platforms. And we have no idea how many people are getting stalked, doxxed, and harassed by the Beam Team all over social media. So we need to definitely keep the pressure on because these people are still stalking, doxing, and harassing me. And they still have active orders of protection against them by other female YouTubers. And I just want to remind you guys, this new playlist I did for y'all after I did my last video, Mind Control Techniques Exposed, is a good one for everybody because you never know how this different types of mind control has affected you in your personal life. Just from watching TV, movies, listening to music, a lot of hidden messages. So I took the screenshot from World's community wall. This he posted a few days ago. He says 7 years later in the GOAT of cult roast and report. So he's been for 7 years stalking, doxing, and harassing people on YouTube. At the bottom it says, and he calls himself the GOAT, which is a reference to the devil, the GOAT Lucy. At the bottom here he says, reactivating Instagram was pointless. Ain't like I need it. 3,000 subscribers and counting after losing 7 channels, and I'm still good. I guess I better archive get all of my archive videos off of Instagram. I wonder what that means. He lost 7 channels, and he's been doing this for 7 years. Okay? So that means he hasn't learned his lesson. He continues to be evil and wicked after all of these years. He says in another post, 3,360 subscribers is still the same as 369, because the 3 will go into the 6 divided by 3 just like 9. So yes, it's the 369, which is actually a bag. And then below that he says 3,330 subscribers. That means 369. 3 goes into 6 and 9. So this is what I was talking about when I told you guys earlier. These men think that they have knowledge. They think they have the devil's knowledge. This 369 is low-level Freemasonry, esoteric, fake knowledge that came from the serpent that caused Adam and Eve to be deceived and kicked out of the Garden of Eden. So when people start talking about this 369 business, it's because they're down with that devil knowledge. And you see Kulu live streaming is Kulu live streaming 369. And I told y'all earlier in this video that I was going to prove to y'all that World and Kulu were on demon time, that they believe in this demonic Freemasonry knowledge. Mind you, women got the knowledge first. And that's exactly why all of this stuff King World is talking about is nonsense. 336 is still the same as 369 because the 3 will go into 6 and the 6 divided by 3 just like 9. 336 is not the same thing as 369. 333 subscribers, that means 369. No, it doesn't. But look at all of the stupid people who upvoted him. 126 upvotes for some fake lying knowledge. He's not even doing the knowledge correctly. He's faking it, and these people are upvoting him because they're stupid and retarded and demonic just like he is. This 369 garbage is devilry. It's straight up demonic garbage. It says here, Westworld logo and 369 are Tesla code. This person says, I'm not going to explain the meaning of 369. That's a whole other topic. Just wanted to point out that the logo mimics the 369 pattern. Same pattern as the Masonic logo. An eye of Providence, the one-eye symbol. So the 369 is a part of the Masonic belief system and the one-eye symbol that they use. Now, World and Kulu are not smart enough to be Freemasons, okay? They're not at all. However, there are brotherhoods beneath the Freemasons. There are brotherhoods that are run by men who are really Freemasons. And they have their own little cults that they put together based on their knowledge. But all of their knowledge is about believing in the serpent that deceived Adam and Eve. That's the real root of their knowledge of good and evil. But what are they doing with their so-called knowledge? Okay, they're out here stalking, doxing, and harassing innocent black women and men. So obviously this knowledge is nothing good. It's nothing useful. It's nothing helpful. Because they don't have no money saved up for their grandchildren. They just bums on the internet thinking that they have knowledge. So for people who were here with me earlier in the show, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say all this stuff now. For people who didn't hear what I said in the beginning, you might want to go back on the replay so you can see how I put this all together. In the last video I did for you guys on mind control and frequencies, I had explained to y'all that there's a frequency that music is being tuned to ever since 1953 that causes people to become antisocial, which is a very low vibration, argumentative, fighting, disagreeable, angry. And all of the music internationally was switched to that standard in 1953. It went from a 432 hertz of standard of music tuning of instruments to 440. And the 440 is the antisocial. And so we're all affected by it. If we listen to music, we're listening to frequencies that create antisocial disorders in the human population. So I was telling you guys that that's very dangerous and harmful in my last video. And I came across somebody who was giving an esoteric video, you know, people who believe in this 369 business. And they posted a video, and they showed a clip of the 440 hertz being played, like somebody had a tuning fork and they hit it like ding. And they showed how an object, a ball, responded to that. And the person tried to say that the 440 hertz was a good tone to listen to for people who want to attract, like manifestation or whatever. And I'm like, wow, these people are lying to the general public. And these are the people who believe in this 369 esoteric knowledge. They get out here and they promote harmful frequencies, harmful behaviors, antisocial, demonic ways of being. So I checked the comment section to see if anybody else was aware that this video was promoting that the 440 hertz frequency was good for manifesting and attracting, and basically telling people they should listen to 440 hertz music, right? And so somebody wrote a comment. They said, I'm not sure how many of you noticed, but matching the frequency actually repelled the ball. It did not attract the ball. So the person who is spreading this esoteric knowledge, they said matching the frequency makes things you want to vibrate towards you. Thank you for watching. The person replied to them, not according to that demonstration. The ball was clearly repelled when the frequency was matched. It was not attracted. So this person is teaching this esoteric knowledge on their channel that's telling people, if you want to attract things towards you, listen to this music that actually repels things away from you. And that's why you cannot listen to these people that teach this esoteric garbage. And I had talked about this, I think, on my last video. I was saying how Night and Day Network, they teach, and they have a channel called Esoteric, and they teaching lies about the Bible. The only thing that this knowledge teaches you is how to be separate from God. And being separate from God means being closer to the devil. And that means bad things happening to you. That means you becoming a bad person, having a bad character, doing bad things to people out of selfishness. That's what it really means. But by the time people get involved in it, because they think they're getting some knowledge, they don't even realize that they're actually participating in demonic activity. Someone says there are no negative or positive vibrations, only high and low frequency. Frequencies have both positive and negative wave parts. People can thrive at both high and low frequencies, depending on what keeps them regulated from their perspective of conditioning. Not everyone needs a high frequency to be content, especially if they're depressed by the effects of high frequency vibrations, such as the quickening of time, excitability, too much optimism, annoyingly sociable, conceited demeanor. Personally, I found high vibrations to cause more intense swings into depressive states and irregularity in personality traits with other delusional effects that are unfit for stability and contentment of life. And I agree with what this person is saying. You have a lot of people, especially on social media, that are teaching, oh, be high vibrational, like manifest, attract, and like there's this whole, it's called New Age. The whole New Age movement is like only focus on the positive, don't say nothing negative. The problem with that is there's a whole lot of negative things that need to be addressed. And so if you're constantly in a delusional state of all I have to do is keep smiling and keep pretending to be happy and all good things are going to come to me, that's not true. Some of the poorest people in the world that live in third world countries, they are in a situation where it's so bad, like they can't even afford to go to school. They can't even afford to go to the hospital, but they're very happy. If you've ever traveled and visited any other parts of the world, especially where people are very poor, they're super happy. So if what these New Age people were teaching was true, all of these third world country people that are so happy, they would be rich, they would be wealthy because they maintain a very high vibration. But it's not happening because it's not true. And so I'm just saying all of this to say, this is why you have to be careful with these people who teach all of this so-called esoteric knowledge. It's lies. It doesn't help situations. It doesn't make the world a better place. It doesn't put God first. It just makes people think that they can achieve things without having a relationship with God. So I had talked about 9 months ago, Jaguar Wright's involvement with witchcraft. 9 months ago, I did a video on Halloween, witchcraft, and Erykah Badu exposed. I talked a little bit about Jaguar Wright in this video, about how Jaguar had said she had fired her manager in the music industry because she walked in his office and saw that he had a witchcraft pumpkin set up. He had a pumpkin set up in a way that she recognized it was witchcraft. So she said she walked away. The problem is now she's claiming that she's into voodoo and hoodoo. She literally said on Donat's platform that she's into hoodoo, that she burns sage, that she goes to the river and does witchcraft. And I had talked about that 7 months ago in my video, Proof Jaguar Wright is Demon Possessed, sold her soul to the devil. All right? I've been told y'all Jaguar was on demon time. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt because she said she wanted to expose the work of the devil. So I'm like, okay, maybe she's, working on her relationship with God and she's getting to a better place in life to where she wants to reject all of the devil stuff she did in the music industry and expose it and be done with it and put it behind her. But as time is passing, now she's finally admitting that she herself is into witchcraft as well. And I had talked about that in more detail in these two videos. Why Tokyo Tony deleted Jag before joining panel on witchcraft. And the video I did, Goomba asked woman who cursed Jag in Tokyo to protect him. Those videos I did 5 months ago. I showed you guys the receipts that Jaguar was involved with witchcraft on YouTube. With YouTubers. Like the YouTubers that she was associating with were practicing witches. And I showed you guys the proof. Right? But it's just now, a couple of months later, that Jaguar just told on what's his name? Donat's platform. Jag just said on Donat's platform like yesterday or the day before that she's actually into witchcraft. Jag said that she put a spell on Goomba, that she put some of her son's dead ashes in a blunt with 4 drops of her own human blood, and basically they smoked it. And so Jag says she did a spell that bound Goomba to her forever. So even if they divorce and they break up, that she still owns Goomba's soul. So I don't know if it's true or not. I don't believe in witchcraft. I think people do try to do witchcraft, but I don't think that it's real or effective unless you don't have a relationship with God. Like if both people are into witchcraft and they're doing witchcraft on each other, I think they can psychologically manipulate each other into believing in witchcraft. But ultimately, God is in control of everything. So that's why I don't worry about it. But the bottom line is, what has Jaguar profited or benefited from her witchcraft? How has it improved the quality of her life? It has not helped her stabilize her mind, her body, or her spirit. She has had nothing but turmoil during all this time that she's been involved in witchcraft. On the Sabbath, which was Saturday, and today is Monday, so this was just 2 days ago, Jag went on her Instagram live and said she was going to read the Bible on the Sabbath. And somebody put a comment. They said, now, Jag, you've been on YouTube terrorizing people. Then you come over here and read the Bible, girl. And somebody else said, narcissism. And somebody else said, you're telling people to worry about themselves, yet at the same time begging for $1. Someone else said, take yourself out and get a job. So basically, Jaguar went on her Instagram and said she was going to read the Bible for the Sabbath. But instead of reading the scriptures, she decided to just ask people for donations. And people felt like you're not the right person to be on here trying to read scriptures to us and telling us how to, be godly because of the way that you've been carrying yourself on YouTube. And I have to agree with them. The allegations against Jaguar Wright at this point are that wherever she stays, whether she stays in a hotel, whether she's staying with friends and family, she keeps getting put out because they're saying that she's smoking. And people feel like, you know, why does she keep getting herself kicked out everywhere that she goes? And this has been going on with her for a long time. This is a video I found on AT2's channel 2 years ago. It's dated February 1st, 2021. And in this video, a person had called in, and I'm going to read the title. It says, "Exclusive caller, Jaguar Wright lives in basement and won't leave." So the story that person told in this video is that Jaguar and Goomba had met a woman out in public, and they told her that they didn't have any place to stay. But she said, "Oh, I'm Jaguar Wright, and I'm a singer and all this and all that." So the woman took pity on Jaguar and said, "Oh, you can stay in my basement." Complete total stranger. The man who called in and told the story to AT2 is the son of the woman who Jaguar was staying with. And he said Jaguar and Goomba were smoking in the basement in the woman's home, and it did not smell like weed. He made it sound like he was trying to insinuate that maybe they were smoking, some very hard drugs, something that stinks really bad. So it could be anything. I don't know what he was trying to say. I don't know if he was trying to say they were smoking crack or crystal meth or heroin. I don't know what he was insinuating. But he said they were smoking something that smelled so bad, and he wanted them to get out of his mother's house because his mother was elderly and he did not feel that she was safe with them. And so that video was still up on AT2's channel, February 1st, 2021. Exclusive caller, Jaguar Wright lives in basement and won't leave. The reason I'm bringing this up is because now we are in August of 2023, and Jaguar Wright is still getting put out of places because of her smoking. So it begs the question, is Jaguar on any type of drugs for real? All right, she's already admitted to having a bipolar disorder diagnosis, so that does explain some of her bad behavior and her inability to control herself. But it doesn't explain everything. It doesn't explain why she keeps getting put out of places for smoking. So with this, I just want to remind you guys, I did monetize the channel. There won't be no ads, but you can join the memberships. You can go to my page, Leilani for God, and click on the join button, and you can pick whatever level you want to join. And I also wanted to give a shout out and say a special thank you to Dear Yvette, Judge and Jury with Judge Evie. She sent me an invitation that she's going to be doing a town hall meeting. So I wanted to promote that a little bit and let you guys know that I will go over there and be on that when she invites me. She said, "I'm doing a town hall that will be respectful. Hopefully you can enlighten us about changing the state of YouTube." I said, "Okay, Judge Evie, let me know when you're doing it so I can come over." And she said, "Awesome. Thank you. Enjoy your Sunday." So Judge Evie, I want to say thank you and give you a shout out, dear Yvette, for inviting me to come over to your panel so we can talk about getting predators off of the internet. And I just wanted to show you guys something real quick about, why I'm actually doing this. First of all, when I was setting up the monetization for my page, you have to fill out tax info. So I filled it out. It says, "Due to the war in Ukraine, we will pause monetization of content that exploits, dismisses, or condones the war." So if you exploit, dismiss, or condone the war in Ukraine, YouTube will demonetize you. So I'm wondering, why does Kulu live streaming ignore all the YouTube women that have taken legal action against world news? Now that he's telling Jaguar to take legal action against King Payne and Sean Davy Way, why does Kulu ignore all of the women on YouTube who took legal action against world, including Giselle, the T, Crenshaw, Saint LaShawn Dawn, and myself? Why does Kulu live stream and ignore all the ex-Beam team members who got attacked by World, including Giselle, 8 with the 24, Saint LaShawn, Goddess Sekhmet, Soul Energy, God Mama, and Divine from Bigo. Why does Kulu ignore all of the female YouTubers and male YouTubers who got harassed by World? Jaguar, DJ Genesis, Velvet and her associates, Sweet Ma, Simply Anna, Clyde Diva, Messy, Asante Ya, Fundi Fee, Jazzy, Ashe Divine, All About the Trees, etc. Now that Kulu is trying to convince Jaguar to take action against other men on YouTube who are harassing her, how is the Kulu ignoring all of the harassment of women by World News of black women on YouTube? All right? So once again, if YouTube will demonetize people for any content that exploits, dismisses, and condones the war in Ukraine, I want to hold YouTube accountable to deplatforming anybody who's exploiting, dismissing, and condoning acts of terror against average people that's minding their business and not bothering them. I want everybody to be held to the same standards. So that's it for today's video. I thank you guys so much for coming to the live. I put on a long show for you guys. I don't even know how long I've been on here. Remember to like the video, share it, subscribe, support. You can join my Patreon, patreon.com/LeilaniForGod. You can donate to my Cash App, $Leilani4God. You can PayPal me. My PayPal is Leilani4God. You can email me if you have questions, suggestions, or feedback, leilaniforgod@gmail.com, or if you want to book a life coaching session. And of course, you can join my YouTube memberships if you want to work with me more closely and get more insight and just more content from me in general. Thank y'all for coming out. I hope y'all have a blessed night. Stay close to God, and I'll see you guys in my next video.